Time reveal. Whoa. Let's see. Try to turn the orientation. There are haters. They are for real haters. They said, hold on. Yeah, they really don't want to let me be great. I look like I'm about to steal from Hot Topic. That's fine for me. But I want to just come here and update and talk shit and be a person that talks online sometimes. I've also been neglecting my hair for days, so I figured why not do the work here? But I don't know, usually after a wash day, I just do a braid out. And this time, I just let my curls sit under a bonnet for days. So now I'm trying to do a little, but I'm trying to do something for myself. What up, Amaya? I hope you're doing well. I'm literally here on some random ass shit. Nothing here claps. But yeah, I wanted to just kick it with y'all. I was feeling kind of sleepy, but then I realized that I should probably do something nice for myself. So I'm gonna do it. Also, I'm about to celebrate the fuck out of myself right now because, bitch, it's the way that I was bodying the menu this week. Oh shit. If you're not my client, that's fine. But I just want to say, oh my God, my clients are really showing out this week. So many people were being kind to me. I was really expecting to get cussed the fuck out, honestly, a couple times, but people kept it cute. People kept it really cute. I am so grateful because I mentally could not handle nothing but cuteness. Cause bitch, I didn't have it. I really didn't. It's like I had so many setbacks this week, and then the snow was like, and here's another one. It was just back to back to back L's, and me just having to be like, beloved, I am so sorry. It's tragic, but I'm grateful as fuck that today I was able to get some stuff done. I was able to get back to some people. I got some return customers. Bitch, I'm so fucking excited. Some folks I thought would never come back to me again, bitch. They were like, hey girl, what's up? I'm like, not your back. Not your back. So yeah, I'm feeling fucking grateful. I'm feeling fucking shit blessed. On top of that, my fucking Hulu account came back to me, bitch. They're just playing games. Bitch, every now and then I'll just tell Hulu that I'm poor and I literally can't afford to watch Hulu no more. And they'll be like, can you pay this? So just PS on that. No, it doesn't squirt or clap. It doesn't squirt or clap. I hope you're having a good night. My goodness. Anyways, so like I was saying, I literally, yeah, I had no desire. I had no desire really to be paying Hulu a damn dollar. But they came back to me and they were like, bitch, we got you. They were like, pay 99 cents for 7 months. And that's okay because at the end of those 7 months, I'm just gonna pretend like my name is motherfucking Pamela Urquhart, bitch. Or whatever name I come up with on Gmail. That's just how I do, bitch. I'm not about to stay on nobody's plan. Cause you can't do it. You can't afford to do it. You can't afford to stay with everybody plan. You gotta have an alias that these days. Even for DoorDash. Honestly, I got like 3 different DoorDashes, bitch. I'll never straighten my hair, and my hair is very clearly short. I feel like it's very obviously very short, but it does its thing. What up, Aqua? I hope you're doing well. Yes, listen, threaten to quit, and they'll be like, hold on now. They'll be like, hold on now. I had to do a lot of stuff for my hair to do this. I want to put that out there right now. My hair is freshly washed. Okay, freshly washed. There's honey in it. There's fucking honey in it, bitch. There's motherfucking coconut oil. All right, there's rose water. It's a lot of labor that already went into my hair for it to do some shit like this. If I tried to do this shit, really, really, yo, you don't be blowing me. White people are so motherfucking lonely, so bored. Imagine, like, bro, like, you ever think about how, like, whenever people of color get together, we really don't discuss y'all unless y'all have, like, I know white people will not understand this, but it's just like people of color. It's the way like when we be together, we really don't even speak on them. It's the way when we're watching somebody white, we're not like cracker, we're not saying like anti-white things to these people. It's just so fascinating how like white people really let us know as people of color like that not only perpetually are black people on their mind, but also that they really constantly they have to do something. That's tragic. That is so sad. Like white people really like I really don't think they see it. And how could you? They're just too close to the material. But it's just like it's the way that people are just relaxing and you're writing racial slurs on a damn chat. That's wild. Whoa. Again, bitch, they're miserable. Like I just feel like again, like I just like that's the thing about white people that I just it's just at this point all the data just points to like you're miserable. All the data points to, the rules that y'all are living by don't even make sense for y'all. But it's better than it's better than the socialized other, right? It's better than being the socialized other. Ugh. They do. They do. They do. They do. They do. Because that's the thing. White people need that word. Like, white people need slurs so badly. So badly. My goodness. Mm-mm. Anyways, bitch, listen, it's the way we just took a moment out to just be like, poor dog. You know what I mean? Like, it's the way, and it's the way that he gonna do that all night. It's the way that that's his night. My goodness. Like, imagine that's your night, bitch. Being anti-black all night. And then we be really wondering why, like, all these natural disasters. It's like, bitch, it's them. Look, see, my phone was like, you better not. You better not be talking about the Caucasians. My phone is up. You could tell. Oh, I'm crying. I'm crying. Jack wanna be motherfucking harmed so bad. Yo, you're not black. Nobody black would write the N-word with the hard R in a chat. That's the thing that be blowing my mind about white people. Y'all don't know how to lie good. Like, y'all aren't good at lying. You're not good at it. Y'all have been caught systemically. My goodness, like it's so stressful. Like I weep for my ancestors who had to just stand there and just operate like what they're saying makes sense. Like and just perform like yeah. Fuck. Like there be moments where I'd be grateful to be alive, like very few, but every now and then. But I'm just like, bitch, thank fuck I'm allowed to disagree with white people. Like that's one thing that be coming up for me is like there are just so many moments where white people will do some shit, so many, where they'll just do something that just reminds me like it's always on their mind. Like their inferiority is always on their mind. Because, bitch, like, let's be real. Like, think about something you really don't like. Do you spend time talking about it too damn much? Sweetie. It's not funny, but it is. But it's not, but it is. It's not, but it is. Because it's like, sweet. Sweet. Imagine being famous and making multiple accounts to bother someone online who is simply just doing a little motherfucking curl routine about to smoke a L. Like white people be so like y'all are so loud about how much you don't like yourselves. Fuck. Like, it's the way that the internet is a journal for y'all. Like, I swear. The internet is a journal for y'all. Y'all just be telling on y'all, y'all be so fucking loud. And they got the nerve to be mad that motherfuckers see what you're doing. That's what I'm saying. A famous person is bothering me. Like, it's just a self-aggrandizement. Like, imagine being like, I'm famous. Girl, if you were, you wouldn't be doing that. Like, you would have a life. We would see you having a life. It's water. I put like a mushroom ice cube in there. It looks weird as fuck, honestly. It looks very strange. But I made some mushroom ice cubes a couple of days ago and they worked out for me. I feel like it's hitting. I've actually been putting like a little bit of apple cider vinegar in my water. It's been tasting slightly nasty, but you know how like when you're old and you're like, I know this is doing something inside of me, bro. Like I know my butthole or like my aorta. Like I just know the way it tasted like I was drinking a salad and dressing. I was just like, yeah, I know my gut flora about to fucking go. Just bloom. Bitch, I did. I had fucking Taco Bell today, bitch. And honestly, it's the way that I know somebody won't think Taco Bell is good, but that's fine. That's fine, bitch. I feel like I'm really trying not to eat out that much. Like, I'm really trying to be like a bitch that cooks. And that shit's fucking exhausting, bitch. Like, I don't give a fuck how much meal prep I do, bitch. This shit's still fucking taxing. So, I was really fucking happy to drink a Baja Blast. I was sad that you can't say light ice, though. Cause as a fat bitch, like there's just something about telling these hoes light ice, like I know I'm getting more drink. And they robbed me today, bitch. I know I didn't get all the Baja Blast I'm supposed to get. And it's fucking me up. Yes. I drank some water with some apple cider vinegar in it. And it really just had me feeling like, damn, I know my dookie about to be green, bitch. Like, you know what I mean? You know when you have like that power greens dookie. Like I had arugula today, bitch. Yes. Right. Happy full moon in Cancer. My goodness, I'm excited. Cheesecake pudding tiramisu. Oh, bitch, tuna coleslaw. Bitch, you was eating. Bitch, I'm about to make tuna salads. Bitch, I'm literally like, I don't know. I just feel like my work schedule is weird. I like worked from like 11 a.m. till literally an hour ago or less. So I'm going to take like a little 5-6 hour break. And then go back to work, honestly, and do some more shit. No, I don't need to go to the gym, bitch. Look at you watching me for fucking... Look at you watching me putting a coin in my pocket. Why would I go to the gym? For you? Why? Yes, and I did have a lighter tucked in my... I did. I stay strapped. Always. Know that. Jai. Lemon water makes you feel fuzzy. It's a lot. Banter. It's the way that I know it's that dude. Like, it's the way that I know it's that dude who's famous. Like, why are we saying people died? Like, are y'all okay tonight? And I'm not talking to the majority of y'all. I'm talking to this one white man who keeps coming in here on his other email accounts. I'm crying. I never had to transition, bitch. I just was. That's the thing about it. One of the most sickest devastations ever to be on the earth. And I'm just here living it. Absolutely. I love you as well. Thank you for hanging out. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, no, I'm about to roll up some fucking weed. But it's just very bizarre. It's very bizarre being here sometimes because, good God. You would think being fat was a crime. You would think my back did something to you. What did my backs do to you? Y'all couldn't tell me. Y'all could not tell me what one of my backs did to you. But you here, bothering me. For what? I'm just a bitch drinking out of a marinara jar. I'm minding my business there. You could try it today. I think I'm just doing me, bitch. I think I'm just doing me, minding my fucking business. And I think that it looks good on me. I think it do. Dean B, do you want to talk about Black Power? I would love to hear what you have to share. Feel free to lift that up. Oh wow. Aqua, if you need a card read, let me know, babe. You already know I fuck with you. But yeah, I'm about to roll up real quick. What up, Allison? I hope you're doing well. Um, but yeah, I'm really just feeling kind of good as fuck. Actually, I feel like the mushrooms really hit me, and just all the support from community. Like I really just been crying like the past like 2 days, but like tears of joy. Not just tears of joy though. I don't want to be fucking fake. Like there's definitely been some like it's like deep weeping, bitch. Deep weeping. I also started watching Harlots again. Bitch, listen, if you like to watch movies about hoes, whores, trollops, skip scaps, scallywags, scallywops, this is gonna be for you. It's on Hulu. You can get it on the ads. You know how they're playing games now. They're trying to put you on the Boost Mobile of Hulu and shit. Very crazy times. But even if you have the lowest tier of Hulu, you can watch this show. It's called Harlots. It's about hoes. It's about pimp mamas. It's low key about the Kardashians. Like, look, I'm playing, but like low key, it's like I feel like this is like the precursor to like the Kardashian shit. Cause it's like if you watch it, you'll get it. If not, thanks, thank you. Yeah, no, I just been trying to take care of myself, bitch. Eat some good snack. Oh, you're so cute. That's a good song. Yo, people got me fucking crying about Beyonce recently. A bunch of people were talking shit about her donation. I just feel like the thing that makes me like just side eye everything is that at the end of the day, she is a very rich person. She can give money whenever she wants. I'm glad that she shared. But it's just the way. It's the way that I saw like people trying to make it seem like there was beef. And I don't feel like there was any beef. I think people were just acknowledging that she donated through her organization, which is taxable. I think that that's what I saw. People being like, "Oh, she's going to benefit from donating." You know what I mean? And I feel like that's valid. Water's wet. A pig's pussy is pork. I don't know what the problem is with that. It's strange. It's like people really want to start some drama. Um, I'm crying. Anas, why can't I be cute to somebody else? Anas, imagine thinking I'm not cute but hanging out here. Imagine my fat binya ass on your phone and your baby, I'm eating up all your phone battery. And this is where you are? Wow. Bitch, I'm about to start playing music and vibrating and shit to drain your battery even more, bitch. I'm about to set your shit on fire. I'm about to do a lot. I'm about to do a lot, bitch. I'm about to find your email address. I'm not. Let me stop. Redacted. Let me stop. I be wanting to be funny, then I'd be like, I don't want to go to jail though. You can't be saying anything these days, bitch, because next thing I know, I'll be an AI bot. They have my face on Wendell Pierce's body saying anything. Here's my thing. I don't care. But I thought it was funny that people were trying to make it seem like anybody was dragging Beyonce when I don't think anyone was dragging her. I think I saw a couple people say that she might get a refund. Okay. I just feel like it just feels like it don't seem like the time to be worried about who's donating how much and when and where. It just doesn't seem like that. Oh, Anas, I'm not trying to date nobody. I actually have a husband. I'm actually like low-key about to be pregnant. So don't worry about me. Leave me behind. Focus on you though. Definitely focus on you. Cause it's weird that you're worried about somebody else getting some dick. It's strange as fuck. I'm gonna be so fucking I'm trying to help you for the future. Cause you might meet the love of your life and you over here worried about them getting some dick. Wouldn't that be sad? You fucking up your own timeline, girl. You over here in my pussy and my business. Imagine. That's why I be on time for the shit that's for me. I don't be worried about nobody else's pussy. Because if I'm gonna win, I'm gonna win. If you need my panties, I'm gonna give you my panties. Because if I'm gonna win, I'm gonna win. No, I'm not having no baby, bitch. It's a joke. Bitch. I'm sorry, I can't even do it for real. I can't even do it for real, bitch. Oh my god, bitch. It's the way I would rather like 16 meatball subs be in there. No. I'm crying. Not you knew me and Dane were meant to be. Not on that tip. He doesn't want a baby either. We're both like, we're babies. We're children. We are the baby. The grandmother's the baby, bitch. Yes, I told you I'm gonna marry him. I already proposed to him, bitch. Like dead ass. Like he gonna wear a dress. He gonna wear a gown. I'm gonna wear a nice ass suit. I'm gonna get on my one knee. You know, I'm being so fucking for. I'm gonna have a cute ass time with him. I don't think he gonna wear a dress though. I think he gonna be annoying about it. But he might wear like a nice, you know, like a shawl or some shit, like a wizard cape or some shit. We gonna have fun, bitch. Who cares? Like literally, like bitch. Bitch, there's dogs with blogs. Like, who cares? Like at this point, like let's have a good time. I want to look like Mr. Kim. And if you don't know who Mr. Kim is, that's fine. But you are too young to be up at this point. Like if you don't know who Mr. Kim is, I can tell that your mom didn't fall asleep with Love and Hip Hop on, and I don't feel safe for you to be here. I feel uncomfortable. Okay, this is for the aunties. Okay, if your back isn't big, if your shirt is not in your back, get out of here. There's an auntie chat. You said your godson came over for 2 hours. Yeah, no. Because I mean, like, did y'all have fun at least? Was it a cute time? You know, regardless of the energy drain. I hope it was fun, bitch. I just feel like 2 hours. Unsupervised? Like, no one was there? You was by yourself on the job? Like, nobody else? No supervisor, no manager? Just one employee on the floor? That's dangerous. I'm so sorry. That's so scary. Anas. Oh my god. I'm screaming. It's the way he keep writing buy a gym membership. Oh, okay. I'm still not. I'm gonna still be big tomorrow. I swear. It's the way that people be so worried about me being a fat bitch. Like, how about instead of talking to me, you just buy me a sandwich? That would make me be your friend. Like, unless you want to be foes, unless you want to be enemies and shit, I don't know why you would want to be an enemy with an 18-wheeler. I don't know why. But some of y'all just be on that. 16 months? Yeah, that's a babe. That's a child. Run J, listen, Run and J, I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody for just being on my side because I don't understand what I've done to anger anybody. I'm literally just smoking some weed, minding my fucking business. But heard. Yeah, I'm being so serious. Like I would rather you just buy me a sandwich and leave me alone. Like honestly, like a sandwich is cheaper than a gym membership. Let's be honest here. Like people be like these gym memberships are crazy, bitch. I'm about to just go for a walk. Maybe. I don't know, bitch. The snow really like I was thinking about it for real when the weather was going good. But now the weather going bad. I'm like, well, bitch. I'm screaming. I ain't never seen a pink cigarette. But go off. Bitch, I love pork. I'll eat bacon every day. Thank you, G Love Biter Tyson. Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging my white ancestry. That's something that doesn't happen enough. And I'm tired of it. I'm white. I'm tired. I'm so tired Are people not seeing me as the Aryan princess that I am? I'm so tired of it. I may look like a chicken nugget, but I'm white. I'm white. Sure am. Can't you tell? Exactly. Quan, I hope you're doing well tonight as well. Yeah, no, I'm doing super great. As you can see, I'm wearing one of my sisters on me because you already know I am one of the Aryans, okay? I'm just a darker white. That's it. Imagine looking at a fat bitch and feeling away. Imagine. Cause Here's the thing. Y'all are giving middle school bully. Y'all are giving I'm gonna make fun of you because it's gym class and we're in the locker room and none of the teachers are around. But the thing about it is, sweetie, once you like be mean to people, people know that you're built like the Wicked Witch. Like once you like just pop out for no reason, unprovokedly, like we know that you're rotting inside, sweetie. We know it's corpse bride inside of you. So honestly, I just want folks to just consider if you are depressed and going through something, we can tell, sweetie, because you're choosing to lash out. Notice that. It's time to get a journal. Some of y'all need journals. For real. And if y'all want, we could do a little fundraiser and get some journals because I'm being so fucking for real. Like, some people really need journals and they might not be able to get them. Not Big Bag Beauty. I'm fucking crying. Low key, that's about to be my screen name. I'm about to just make a TikTok because I heard TikTok about to be up for like a couple more months. I don't know if y'all heard that, but TikTok not dead. TikTok's still out here. Not You Have No Soul. I'm screaming. Y'all are funny as hell. Why are y'all fighting? Why are y'all fighting? Why can't y'all be friends? Hold on. Let's talk about snacks we like. Let's talk about snacks in common. Who like Pringles? I bet y'all like the same Pringle. Oh, I don't give a fuck. Oh, I don't give a fuck. I don't care if y'all call me fat. I've been fat for real. I've been fat for a long time. I'm gonna probably die fat, honestly. I'm gonna be like this in my casket. No, honestly, like, I feel like when I die dead ass, I need to write this down. I'm gonna just say this here. Dane, if you're watching after my death, that was fucked up, wasn't it? Damn. I'm sorry, it's too soon. Okay, but I'm dead. It's tragic. I'm dead. Okay, but low key though, the plan, sky burial. Okay, I want to be put on top of a big rock, and I want you to like just let the birds go nuts on me, bro. Let them just eat me up, honestly. But I will say, if possible, I would love to be left on like a cold mountain so I could slowly decompose and be eaten by cool shit. But if not, it's okay. I understand. People have budgets. You know, I'm dead after all. So what can I do? I may haunt you if I don't get my wish. But we're here. Imagine thinking you wasted your life being fat. That's a self-report. That's a self-report. Because if you were having a good life as a thin person, you wouldn't have even said nothing. Like if your life was cute, you would have just kept it. That's the thing. That's the thing. Like some of y'all are really letting me know, like y'all need some therapy, y'all need some support. Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't give a fuck about what y'all think. That's one thing. One thing about it. One thing about it. I come here just to be cute and hang out. Ooh, also shout out to that Google check, bitch. Oh my god. Ooh, I'm about to have a cute ass Black History Month, bitch. Shout out, bitch. Honestly, praise. I'm so motherfucking excited, bitch. Honestly, shout out to February, bitch. It's about to be a cute ass month. Ooh, bitch. Ooh, Valentine's Day coming too. Damn, it's a lot. I'm so happy I'm alive. Dunkaroos, bitch. I literally just had a fruit roll up yesterday, and I had Gushers the other day, and I had Fruit by the Foot the other day too. Honestly, I've been eating some good ass snacks. I've been really taking care of myself. Low key earlier, I had two big ass cucumbers and some roasted red pepper hummus. It was so fucking good. And then I had a pink lady apple. Oh, it was so crisp, so tart, so sweet. Mm, I love gushers. Again, the only person that's suffering is the person that feels the need to tell others about their gym routine. That sounds like suffering to me. No games. Like, can you imagine feeling like you have to prove that you're better than someone unprovoked? That's how I know you in hell. That's why I'm not even bothering with you. That's why I'm not even bothering with you. That's why I keep on being like, can you imagine? Because I can't. I don't live there, but you do. I'm trying to be gentle with you because I could tell you being your own ass. Mm-hmm. Very much that. But I don't want to do too much on you because I know what it's like to be mean to yourself. And all you can offer other people is meanness. Because that's all you cultivating inside. Start being nice to yourself for real. Honestly, I don't care if it's masculine. I'll be that. That's fine. Again, I want y'all to start considering that how y'all feel about random people don't matter. I want y'all to be free because I know I could tell some of y'all really think other people care about y'all this deeply. We don't. We don't. We're regulated. We worry about ourselves. We focused on ourselves. No, I'm 35 years old. I actually just turned 35 like 2 weeks ago. Hey, honestly, I'm just relaxing. I'm putting a couple little coils in my hair, just trying to catch it before it dries up, and then I can't do shit without breaking it. You feel me? You know what I'm talking about, bitch? That low porosity life. If any bitch out there hears me, hear my cry, bitch. It's a shame we need steam to touch our hair. It's Eva. Oh my god, bitch. It's the way that I'm getting myself a motherfucking a steamer for my hair. I can't wait for that. I'm so excited. Um I'm crying. No, low key, I told people I was 35 the other day, and they looked at me like I was lying. And I was like, damn. Shout out to being a fat bitch, though. Honestly, I'm telling y'all, y'all eat a donut. Like, that's like, bitch, bitch. And my belly so sexy, bitch. Honestly, I love me. Uh, it took time to get here, bitch. But it's okay. Also, but you know what? Here's the thing that makes me laugh the most. People that really like look at fat people and like think that we don't like ourselves because they wouldn't like to be fat. Again, you're telling on yourself. You're letting everybody know that you're obsessed with maintaining being thin. That's what you're doing right now. I don't care. But you could be triggering other people who are worried about being a fat bitch. Not everybody is comfortable being a fat bitch. I mean, I feel like I don't write no jokes, bitch. I just be living life. I just be saying silly shit. So I don't know how much of a career that could be, but I'm about to just, focus on what I really want to do. Cause like honestly, there's so many things. Like I've been talking about doing a cozy channel, but that's for like my hobby, bitch. Like I literally am trying to invest in a hobby, and I feel like I would love to talk about Sims just because I love it. And I would love to film and like make videos where like I show y'all the silly shit my Sims get into, but I know I would have to get a better computer, and I honestly can't wait to do that for myself. With that also being said though, I have been really thinking about things that I'm naturally good at and ways that I would want to exist in the world. And I've been thinking about how there's this hotline that I always recommend people whenever like we're talking about like plant medicine, like especially like psychedelics. And I'm always like, if you're having a bad trip, like hit up this line. And there's a part of me that was wondering like what it looks like to do that, because one of the things I've been thinking about is Just because like we're all doing mushrooms don't mean we're all gonna be talking about the same shit. And if I was like in the middle of a mushroom trip and I was like super like distressed about like white supremacy, I don't know that I would want to talk to a white person. And so I'm trying to think about what it looks like to create like a BIPOC collective of like peer support folk. I don't know. I'm trying to think about what it looks like to find like people of color that like are not afraid to talk about white supremacy and anti-blackness, but especially are not afraid to like be validating people who are experiencing it. I definitely don't want to focus on being a parent. I'm not interested. Brooklyn, I love you so much. Just thank you for existing. And you know what? God didn't make me a female. God didn't make me a female. And again, you know what? Y'all about to make me pop out on Christianity because I've really been leaving Christianity alone. But there was this comment someone made earlier about how men invented God because they were so upset about being birthed by women. Almost as if like they could not create patriarchy without creating a man that they truly came from. And it really fucked me up how like that shit actually seems realistic. Like I was really thinking about how like men wrote all the books, so duh, they created God. It's just like this smoking gun, bro. Like it just be killing me. It's like when I first realized God was fake, it fucked me up for a while. Cause I was like, damn, not they wasted my time. Not they got me invested in white supremacy. Damn. And shout out to a lot of African folk on the continent right now. There are so many African folk speaking out about Christianity. And this African person from Ghana recently said, you know, if Christianity was worth something, white people would have never given it to us. He was like, it's the way white people showed up with a book and left with land, and we were left with the book. And I'm just like, bruh, like it's really hitting. It's really hitting. Like, so yeah, so as soon as people start talking about some God made you, no, he didn't. Life started one time on this planet and it never stopped and it's still continuing. Thank fuck. Low key though, this is unrelated to like mad shit, but a while ago I was telling y'all that I really do think that like the end of this world is gonna be the child mobs. I'm like, I don't know who's gonna run up first. The children mobs or like just hella disabled people. Like we're just like, fuck it. If the only life I have is to suffer, like if I'm gonna suffer in a world I like, if suffering is promised to me regardless, whether I fight for my fucking justice or not, why wouldn't I run up? So that's where I'm at. I feel like we're in a time where I'm like actually seeing confirmation of this. And I know some people don't want to hear this, but there have been so many videos I've seen recently of parents of children under 3 years old who are like learning how to save ththemselves from being trapped in certain places. Like there was this woman who like had like just left her baby like in the deepest part of the pool, and the baby was able to, again under 3 years old, was able to like not only like stop themselves from drowning but was able to like get themselves across the pool to a more shallow place. And so it made me think about how like we don't have much time because it's like, think about it, like your elders were scared as fuck. Like your elders were scared of God. I'm not scared of God. A lot of people my age are not scared of God. The babies are not gonna fall for it. Most of y'all Christians are not convincing. You're just scary as hell and off-putting, and I don't think y'all are realizing it, but like the Christians are really like actively creating more non-Christians. Like y'all are pushing it. But like if you do any reading, it'll be very obvious that men created this shit to keep us in a motherfucking loop of feeling so terrible about doing any fucking thing other than going to sleep, going to work, making children, and paying the state. Like literally, it's fucking sick. So with that being said, I truly do believe the child mobs are coming, y'all. So if you have kids, you better be treating them good, bitch. Because when they link with them other kids, think about it, bitch. We're in a time. We're in a time where like there are children who know that they're just a check. Like I didn't realize I was just a check until I was an adult. Nowadays it's very obvious, like for most children, for most people, they know like what their parent is getting for them or what's happening for them. On top of that, there are so many women who are becoming way more emotionally in tune with what does and does not make sense. And again, it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time because we live in a world that's like, well, just give him another chance. He wasn't raised right. You know what I mean? There's just so much coddling of men that's really what we're up against, like the collective coddling of men. Because men coddle other men, but there are women that coddle men, and it's not like I'm trying to say like fuck those women. It's more that I'm trying to hold that there are still women and younger people who are gonna look at patriarchy and be like, makes sense. And it's frustrating, but it is the case. Like we are seeing it. The trad wife shit, the feminine shit, the high feminine shit, the resting in my femininity shit. I'm telling you, like that shit is fucking bullshit too. Because it's like again, there's no opposites, you guys. There's no opposites. Like that's the other thing that blows me is like information just came out that like apparently like multiple miscarriages means that the person with the penis is the one who wasn't creating a good foundation for life. And it's just like, bro, can we just hold that it takes two fucking people to make a child? Can we just hold that like for the person carrying, it is way more treacherous, way more fucked. But can we also hold that like these people are creating life together, and so anything that goes left, we should look at them both wild. I just feel like we're at a point now where like we're shaming women for like not knowing that a man was shady, and it's like, ugh. On top of that, I just feel like we're constantly hearing about men who are just realizing it's so fucking tiring, bitch. Honestly, whew, Jesus, I don't know. I just want to come here and talk. I just want to talk shit. Glove biter, you're not wrong. And that's the thing. Like, what if our purpose is just to experience life? Like literally, like we live on a planet that's just been looking around and experiencing things. Like when you really think about it, when you really think about true human history, there's no purpose. We just were created. The fact that we're not focused on pleasure and eating delicious food and caring for our world and loving each other, it's kind of crazy when you think about it. It's really kind of crazy. So I'm crying. Maybe just it's frustrating, but that's why I smoke hella weed, honestly, and make a lot of jokes. Because one thing that I'm realizing is like the ones that like are always trying to be silly, like we've just seen some really crazy shit. Like I just had this realization, like I was watching like Marlon Wayans like talk shit about his mom, and I was like, damn, he must have had a crazy ass childhood, bro. Like I've never, like I don't be watching Marlon Wayans like that. No shade to him, but it's like me just hearing him talk shit about his mom like this in a stand up was kind of like, whoa. Like I really wonder what his childhood was like, because honestly, I hate my mom, but I wouldn't talk about her like that. You know, like I don't fuck with my mom. I have wanted to fight her. I would never be using her in a stand up to be roasting her like this. My God. But I think it's also like I heard Misogyny War when he was speaking, like just the things that he said about her had me just like, Because it could also be that he, is anti black. It could also be that. I don't need no love, no God in my life. I'm good. I'm straight. I'm really okay. And also, this random white person trying to make fun of somebody black's name. Oh my God. It's the way that white people are just performing for white supremacy at this point. It's just like every now and then they'll just say something like so anti black, and it's like, okay. Again, it feels very much like, and like, I'm not trying to be dramatic when I say this, but I've been really studying the Holocaust recently, and I don't want to say that it feels like the beginning of the Holocaust, because to be quite honest with you, we're past that. We're quite past that. Like, we're quite past that. Like I'm not trying to laugh, but it's like we're quite past that. Like we're like there's open killing of black people on this soil. Like we're so past Holocaust. We're so past it. Like honestly, I remember reading about like what's happening in America in terms of chattel slavery is still actually unfolding. That like chattel slavery is not done. That like the history is not finished, and that it's actually being called the Maafa, Maafa, which is like the African word for tragedy, genocide. And again, the ways that like other places people will validate the pain of like chattel slavery, and in America, that's just not on the table. Like we're literally talking about everything else. So yeah, it feels like we're in this weird timeline. But again, one thing that I'm trying to remember is the future is indigenous, that like we're not going forward in any meaningful way. We're actually going backwards. And so when things feel like they may have already happened before, that's probably where we should be. And I'm not saying that I want to be in a terrible terroristical place. What I'm trying to offer is that like humanity's never gotten past this. It continues to keep happening because at the core of this is motherfucking chattel slavery. At the core of this, it's the unfolding Ma'afa. It's the unfolding of denigration of anti-blackness. Whenever anybody thinks it's getting good or people are getting rights, that's not what's happening. Other people are having it good. Like when people talk about fucking civil rights, people talk about civil rights like it was nothing, and it's so weird because it's like no, like there was a lot of death leading up to civil rights. Like there was a lot of death, and it was not just black death. Like black folks were fighting back, and so it made sense to fucking cease. And so it's just frustrating to really think about the ways that like we're in a time where like let white people tell it. They're winning, but they're not. In fact, all the moves that white people are making right now are just like so obvious that they're losing. It's like, bitch, banning TikTok, sweetie, banning free speech. And we're not even talking about like banning like the press. We're talking about like peer-to-peer communication, right? Because like 9 times out of 10, I mean no shade when I say this, most American people on there is getting a little checkiana, and they're also building community. But you know, there's also a financial incentive. Like, let's be fucking for real. And like one of the main conversations I kept hearing about when they were talking about banning TikTok is how many American people have been able to like have a good life because of TikTok. And it's like, bro, like imagine like what the colonizer hears. Like not y'all telling the colonizer that the Asian folk are giving. Woo, my God. And it's the way that fucking ugly ass Mark Zuckerberg, fucking weird looking ass motherfucker. Like, I don't even have any. Like, he is so one of a kind, ugly. Like, he's so one of a kind, demonic, that it's like there's nothing to compare him to. Like, I couldn't even call him a cigarette. Like, that's an insult to cigarettes. Like, I really could not even. I can't even begin to insult him. Like, bitch, I feel like the closest thing that he resembles is remember that candy, the dipping sticks, where you had that big ass pill, that white ugly ass pill, and you stuck it in the sugar, you kept licking on it. It didn't have too much flavor because they wanted you to eat the cocaine. Like, that's what he literally is looking like. And it's just like, even that, like, it's like that plus the fucking seagulls from Pixar. Like, it's not adding up. I've never seen this. You know what? One time I was dating this boy, and he told me that my ex looked like someone that shouldn't be found in society. And I literally just stared at him for a long time. Cause I'm like, not you're my new Booski trying to tell me my old Booski was busted. Like, I will hope that I'm doing better in life at this point, but for you to go out your way to remind me that I was in the gutters, in the dust, you know what? He's married now, and I see his boo, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think he ever really liked me. I think I was just, I just think I was not Caucasian. You ever just realize like you just was a person of color to that person? Like, that's it. You just wasn't a white bitch. Again, anyways, But yeah, moving along. Yes, he really did say that. He with a straight face too. He was not even being funny. He's like, he don't look like somebody found in society. I'm like, what do you say? There's no sentence after that. That's when the book ends. Like that's when the book ends, and in the end, it's like, to my friend Stacy, like this shit was devastating. Like there's nothing you can write. I had no words. And he was this cute ass dude that worked at Panera with me, but I was stealing from Panera and he was like really working there, like hard working and shit. And he didn't know I was stealing. And then when they fired me, he was like, "What did you do?" I was like, "Girl, you never seen me with all the baguettes and all the soups? Like you never noticed that I would just ring up orders like 50 sandwiches and then put it in to go and then just leave with the bag? You never noticed that?" Okay. Nobody noticed that, bitch. You know what I know what's funny? I got caught by corporate, bitch. I got caught by somebody watching the cameras. I never got caught in house. When they caught me, bitches was shocked. Bitches was like, "She stole this bitch?" And I'm just like, me? I'm up to the end. I'm just like, what? And the craziest thing is, it was a sneak attack because they called me to the office at Panera, bitch. I already motherfucking punched in. So they fired me, but they gave me the money for me working. While I would like they fired me on the clock, which is kind of crazy, but it's fine. But they called me into the office, bitch. I'm thinking I'm getting a promotion or some shit. I'm wearing the visor. I'm like doing good today. Like I don't smell like weed today, I don't think. Like I'm just like, I know that motherfucking love spell is really hitting. And so I'm like in the office just trying to look like, a manager to be. And the manager is like telling me I got a phone call. And I'm like, oh shit, bitch, they're about to bump me up to corporate. Like, I'm really delusional. I'm stealing from them like every day. And I'm just like, yeah, it makes sense that they're going to call me on the corporate line and like want to talk to me about some business. So I get on the phone and it's a white man and he's talking kind of, like he's talking a little spicy. And I'm just like, what's going on? Like, I'm like literally on the phone, oblivious as fuck. And all of a sudden, he's like, so we've been watching you for a little while now. And how many times would you say that you just made a hot chocolate and just gave it to somebody? And I was like, oh shit. And so at some point, I realized in all the questions, he's tallying up the money. So he's just like, how many times a week would you say you would just take a sandwich and leave? And I'll be like, once or twice. You feel me? Because it's choose your own adventure. They're not telling me what I did. They're giving me a chance to, do whatever I'm doing. So in my mind, I'm just like, bitch, yeah, once or twice. I'm not gonna say more than that, bitch. In the end, sweetie, I owed them over $400 in Panera, bitch. And they were like, sis, they were like small, it was like small claims. Like they literally sent it to collections. I literally paid it off because I was embarrassed. I was like, there's no way. I was like, I refused to have a background check show up that I was literally doing a petty theft from fucking Panera. I don't want to have to relive this trauma. Okay. I was just a broke college student who had a bigger back. Who had a bigger back. I was just in college with a bigger back. That's all. If you went to college, you know what I'm talking about. That hunger, you're learning a lot. You're walking a lot. You're hoeing a lot. You're doing a lot. So you need food. Exactly. No. And Nini, that's the thing about it. It's like the future is indigenous, but also like we were never supposed to be socialized to be this way. And so I really invite all of y'all to consider the ways that you really want to behave because a lot of the shit that we do has been shown to us to do. Just like we see the babies on the tablet as if they're doing something wrong. What do they see all day? People on the damn phone. They like it's wild to think, but it's like the ways that we're living our lives is informing the babies, and that's why it's so important. That's why the gentle parenting movement is so important because a lot of people are learning how to parent themselves from the gentle parenting. I need folks to hear this, that the gentle parenting conversations are for all of us. It's not just for people with babies. And also, I just want to talk some shit for a second about this, about people really trying to bring Zendaya or Zendaya. I don't care. Zendy. Like them bringing up her getting married and being like, oh, Zendaya got a ring and not a baby. Sweetie, I just be really wondering what's the point? Like, do we really want to make single parents who are mothers feel like shit? Is that the point? Is that the point of all these conversations? Because if that's it, leave me out of it because I'm bored. That shit is weird as hell. Like, can you imagine talking about people having kids or not? Mind your business. Like, I don't understand it. Like, it's getting weird to me how much people want to focus on, especially Black women having children without marriage, as if it's a one person's issue to not be married. Marriage takes two people consenting to be married. Why would it be the fault of the person that is carrying a child for 9 months? Wouldn't it be more on the person that didn't have to do that to be gathering things together to be like offering a marriage? Shouldn't it be on both parties to be consenting to that or not? And the thing that also blows me is like a lot of us be acting like we would be here if our mama waited to get married. I need people to really stand on what the fuck they're talking about. If you're gonna open up your fucking mouth and talk about unwed mothers, I want you to go talk to your mother first and ask her about her life. Ask her how this happened. Because 9 times out of 10, she's gonna say your dad wasn't shit. And she got trapped and stuck. Some people's feelings gonna be hurt if they really did that shit. If they really bothered to ask their mom, how did I get here? Some of us are really a traumatic tale for a bitch. It's sad to say that, but real talk. It's only recently bitches learned to take mugwort and abort a baby. Don't do that. Do some reading. Do some reading. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. But I'm just saying, it's only recently people are no, I shouldn't say that. But at this point, there's a out loud public convo about abortion, about herbs to, take care of things. And so with that being said, like, it's wild to consider that like people really want to focus on who got a baby and who don't got a ring. Do that really matter? Like, I really think people think that the ring gonna tie a knot on everything, and it's not. It's people like I see videos every day of women trying to figure out, this man done locked me in a closet and laughed, even though I'm claustrophobic. Should I leave him? Yeah, he locked me in a closet for 15 minutes and he knows I have a fear of being trapped in small places. Should I leave? Like, I literally read every day a grown woman who doesn't know if she's being abused or not. So I really want us to hold that, like, until some of these women are trapped with the baby, does this man feel safe to let her know what time it is? I can't imagine what my father was like, but just the like, bitch, my father has tried to gaslight me about how he treated me as a child. I can't imagine how he was treating my mom, who he fucked 2 different times to create 2 different babies and then denied all of us. I can't imagine what the fuck that was like to have to go through that. And I wouldn't want to have to fucking think about that or talk about that with her for real. But getting back to my main point, people will look at like Halle Bailey and insert all these other girls who have babies and no ring as if that's some sort of failure. And in my humblest opinion, I feel like if a woman has a baby and no ring, I'm looking at that man crazy. I'm like, why didn't you want to make sure that they were all good? What's going on with you that you would want to have a baby out here without any support system that could have been? And again, I know some people may not want to hear that, but I truly think there's something sick if you know you are fucking someone and creating life with them, and then you make them feel unsafe, or you scare them into wanting to be single because they can't trust you like that. So again, I see things so differently now, and I'm grateful because when you're child free, I do believe patriarchy plays on you in a different way. Like, I definitely thought to myself that, again, I feel like I've said this before, and I mean no disrespect to anybody who is a parent. But I definitely have my fears about becoming a single parent. But one thing that I'm really trying to sit with is my fear from becoming a single parent wasn't because like, I would hate to have a baby or I would hate to be a parent. It's more the shame of like someone not thinking that me or my baby is worthy when I've already experienced that as a child. I've already experienced like a man, creating life and not thinking it matters much. I've already gone through that pain. And so, as far as I'm concerned, I feel like that's more why I wouldn't have kids now because I already know what that's like. And I wouldn't want my child to have to, figure out how to behave in certain situations. Like, there's moments where, like, I'll see parents, like, treating their kids good, and I'm fucked up and I'm not able to just be like, oh, it's fine. Like, I'm not good. And so I would really hate to ever have to be like holding that for myself and then know that my child is about to be there too. That's a lot. And so that's why I've never had children because I know that I can't trust a man to be there and I don't know that I would mentally be able to like be a parent if my partner abandoned me. I feel like that's the other thing too is like I feel like if a man abandoned me, I can't imagine that I would want to stay being a parent. And I feel like that's another reason why I don't do shit like this, why I do not allow myself to be in situations. And I've never had a pregnancy scare. Thank fuck. Honestly, I was on depot shot for mad years, but I just feel like at this point, I'm just using condoms because that just makes the most sense for me and my lifestyle. But when I was much younger, I'm grateful that I had the depot shot because I really do think I would have been so down to have a baby with that motherfucker. And Jesus Christ, I would have been stuck in Boston. That would have been hell. Oh my God. You ever just think about motherfuckers you fucked with before? And you're just like, damn, bitch, imagine if I was stuck with that man. But see, that's the thing though, like that, and see, but people will say, "Oh, well, Kylie's white; she don't gotta have a ring." And I feel like at the end of the day, that gives away what the conversation is really about. It's about hammering home that Black women deserve to be under surveillance and judged constantly for behavior that some Black women are not even necessarily doing. Like I feel like that's the other thing. The idea of behavior is just insane. It's like sometimes like we be wanting to use certain words, and it's like if a woman is pregnant, that means that a man was involved. It's just bizarre. It's like, ugh, it's just patriarchy is so annoying. Patriarchy is so annoying. And again, if I was more comfortable with the idea of letting a man raise a baby, I probably would have had a child. But I just feel like at some point, it's kind of just like, again, you just realize like, are you gonna be the mom, or are you going to not have a baby? Because I just can't even imagine. Like, as much as I love Dane, like, I think he would be like a fun dad on the weekends. But I feel like the way that his work ethic is right now, and I mean this with so much love, but like, he would not care to, well, I shouldn't say that. Right now, from what I'm seeing, he's not prioritizing himself when it comes to work. Like, he's not standing up for himself, he's not advocating for time for himself. And again, there's a part of me that's like, why would he? Like, there's a lot of things that need to get paid for, so he's like, let me work as much as possible. But I feel like with that being said, like, he needs a lot of rest and he's denying that for himself. And again, like, even when he's able to get the rest, like, I just noticed, like, because we are both like so like traumatized like from our childhood, there's just moments where I see like why we're together, like it like very clearly. Like, there's just moments where we basically like go between like parenting each other, and I just feel like that's part of the relationship that I really appreciate. Like, there's times where like I really just don't feel like mentally I can do certain things, and I feel like I don't have to explain that to him. Like, he's like, I get it. Like, I can see from how you're looking, like, I could, I can step it up and I can do this or that for you. And vice versa. Like, there's so many ways that we share with each other and are like there for each other. And I'm hella grateful. But on the other hand, there's also like so many ways that like we still need to communicate and like learn more about each other. And so I feel like we're in like that sweet spot where like you're so into each other, but you're also like there's so much more here to learn. And so I think like that's like why I'm more comfortable than I was, because I feel like there was just like this fear. And I think for me, my fear with Dane is that like I see so much of myself in him. Like I see my behavior, like we're so similar sometimes, and it like fucks me up. But I feel like that's also like what gives me incredible empathy, because there's just moments where like we'll say something and it's just like damn, like word, like yeah, like I understand that thought process. I understand where you're coming from. But at the same time, I think he's very avoidant and I'm very like anxious. And so I'm so ready to talk about so much stuff. I'm so ready to do a deep dive. And he's like, Scorpio Stellium, get the fuck out of here, bitch. You do not have the security clearance. Like, I feel like that's the funniest part of our relationship is like when he finally shares something with me, he's always like, damn, that feels good as fuck. And I'm like, that's great to hear. But he's so scared of feeling good because I genuinely think he's used to feeling bad. Like, and I feel slightly similar. I think I used to feel more shitty about feeling good. Like I used to feel like I'm just supposed to be suffering, I guess. Like just so much stuff has happened that I'm like, I guess I'm supposed to suffer. But now I'm just like, how can I not suffer? What can I do to not be suffering? And or like am I like how can I feel these feelings but also allow myself to like do something else? Like sometimes I get locked into rumination like real bad. Like honestly, like this past like 2 weeks, between the dude that tried to kill me getting released from jail and these two ugly white bitches literally bewitching the HR department, like it's kind of scary, honestly, at this point. Like a white woman telling me I can call the cops about an assault that she knows about, that she could be assisting in doing anything about. But she's just like, yeah, call the cops if you want. And it's like, girl, I already did call the cops and they didn't give a fuck either. So it's like there's just been a lot of like me sending hate beams to people, which is not good for me. It's not good for me, bitch. I have to remember, like, that's their journey, bitch. Them treating me like this, that's their journey. You know? Because I don't want to get on some weird shit where I forget that I've done treated people like shit. And that was my journey too, bitch. That was my motherfucking journey too. So I'm trying to just remember, like, bitch, I got mad journeys in me. And so do these people. Even my ops could heal, bitch. I believe it. But I don't really got to invest in that too fucking much. But it's been hard to really believe that. Like I've been really trying to remind myself, like, bitch, I am worthy. I am good. I didn't deserve that shit. The things that they did to me, it didn't need to happen. Like I'd be like, bitch, I deserve good things. You feel me? I have to really go out my way to remind myself, cause I'll really just get sucked in. And next thing I know, I'm thinking about beating this bitch up. Like I had so many little evil daydreams. I was like, bitch, what if I got an old woman costume and I walked with a hunchback and I came in and I pretended like I was somebody else. And then I left some dookie. Like not me pretending to be an old woman and carrying dookie into a hospital. Again, like I've just been so angry. I've been thinking of all types of crazy things I could do to get back at these bitches. But the only way to get back at them truly is to just live my fucking life. Like that's the like honestly, like anybody that feels like they gotta verbally assault a bitch at work, she's in hell. And I knew that before then. I knew she was in hell before then. It be annoying me, bitch. You be really wanting to get back. Like even like somebody brought up the fact that they were rocking with me since they saw that video of me laying on that bitch. And I was crying because I was like, bitch, that was crazy. Like, in retrospect, I can acknowledge that. In retrospect, I can acknowledge laying on a bitch in the street in New Orleans is crazy. But at the time, At the time, I was like, I gotta do something to her. And I really want to let that spirit go so bad, bitch. Because I'm not really a fighter. I'm really not that girl. I really can't fight. But the fact that I laid on a bitch, it's funny, but in retrospect, like I don't want nobody to change me, bitch. Like, I don't want to put no fucking harm in nobody's body. I know that we're going to be called to war, bitch. I know we're going to have to fight at some point. But some of this shit is pointless as fuck. Like, some of these fights that I had, some of this bullshit, it was not necessary. And again, I'm trying to just remember, like, I don't need to react. I can just notice what motherfuckers is doing and swear. Like, I do not need to react to everything. Easier said than fucking done, though, bitch. Mocha. It's the way I just want to punch that bitch belly down, dog. Like, she a fat bitch like me. And if somebody punched me my paunch like this, oh my God, I would throw up, bitch. It's the way I want to just punch her in her fucking Shakti fucking clothes, bro. Like, it's the way that I want to just, in her fucking career basics, career woman, Ashley Stewart, I just want to fling this bitch. Like, I'm so sick. I definitely planked on a woman when I was in New Orleans because she stole. Well, she didn't really steal, but like she owed like $400 in rent, and she just moved out with her girlfriend to the rich part of New Orleans. Peep that! Like she moved out the hood to a nice part of town and still wouldn't pay rent that they owed, even though they was living with a bitch in a damn dorm room at fucking Tulane. Can you imagine you sleeping on a bitch pillow in Tulane and you couldn't even pay your rent? Bitch, are you serious? Like, to this day, I'm sick. To this day, I'm sick of that bitch. Like, But again, I didn't have to put hands on her. In retrospect, I'm sick that I didn't just take her sandwich and the bicycle. But lowest of keys, I feel like there was a part of me that was scared to try to get on the bike and try to bike away and then her try to fight me on the bike. Because I just feel like I'm a tall and she's a small. Let me sit on a bicycle and try to bike away from a bitch I just snatched a sandwich and a bike from. I'm sorry, but if someone steals my sandwich and my bike, you're not yabba dabba doing shit. No, I'm snatching you off the bike. You're getting snatched off the bike. And so there's just a part of me that's like, if she would have snatched me off the bike, that would have been another timeline. I didn't have it in my spirit to be in that timeline. I just didn't. I only had it in my timeline to lay on her in the street after I had knocked over her fucking drink and I stomped on her sandwich. And bitch, honestly, when I stomped on her sandwich, it's the way the meatballs just flew out the sandwich. I'll never forget that, bitch. On some fat bitch shit, I stomped on her sandwich and was like, damn, the meatballs look kind of good. Damn, now I stomped on your sandwich. And the way the bitch was walking with the sandwich and the soda and the bike, I know it was a long journey. Had to be a long journey. Because the way they were walking, it's like, you could have kind of biked a little bit. I don't know. Again, I don't know how to fight for real because I never lived that life. I never had to fight nobody for real. But I found out that when I attempted to fight somebody, all I really knew how to do is just snatch a bitch and then lay down. And then, as I said in the story, there was an older man who walked up to me and was like, baby, she had enough. And I was like, she hasn't. And he was like, please get off her. Like, he was really trying to save this bitch's life. Like, he was really acting like she was about to die underneath my gut. And I'm literally just laying on top of this bitch with my feet up wearing period piece clothing, bitch. Like, I literally looked like I was about to cast a spell on a bitch. And I'm laying on top of this bitch looking Hogwarts down. And he's just like, baby, please get off her. And then I was like, look, when I get up, she gonna try to kick me because she's a punk bitch. And he was like, I'ma get her. As soon as I stood up, the bitch got up and kicked the shit out of my leg. And I was like, what did I tell you? I was like, I told you she was gonna kick me. And her whole mouth was bleeding, bitch. She was mad as fuck. It was funny to me. It was funny as hell. And then I just left. And the bitch just stood there mad long, bitch. It low key reminds me of like a movie scene. Cause I'm literally like I'm like dipping away because it's like, bitch, it's New Orleans. This is a tiny, like chunky Asian bitch. No tea, no shade, bitch. I don't want to go to jail. That's why I ran. I feel like I got enough. I was like, I feel like I did enough. But I should have took the bike. But it's like, no. But it's like my bike was just stolen. But it's like I really wish I was that kind of bitch. But it is what it is. But as I'm walking away, I keep looking back, and the bitch just standing there looking at me wistfully, and I'm like, again, I really wish I wouldn't have did that shit. Like it's a funny little story, but I really wish she wouldn't have got me on my character. But it's just something about seeing a bitch that's lying about owing you a couple $100. That's just like, I gotta do something to you. I don't got no rocks. I don't carry a blade. I don't even have a gun. All I got is my gut. Like that's all I could do is just whip this belly at her, bitch. That's all I could really do. And if I'm being candid with you, I feel like I never want to like end someone's life over money. That seems so crazy. But it also feels like I don't know. I just had a moment where I was just like, bitch, that bitch didn't care if y'all was about to get evicted though. Like that bitch could have paid her rent. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's the thing. Like I know what it's like to not have money to pay rent. I know what it's like to have money to pay rent and you're doing some shady shit and you're getting out of there. So and I just feel like once her girlfriend was like, come live with me at Tulane, it was very much a U-Haul relationship. Like she went from living with us to living in a fucking dorm room in fucking in downtown. So it's kind of just like, let's be serious. Like bitch went from paying rent to no rent. Like I get it. But I found that bitch on Instagram recently and I was laughing like shit because I'm just like, bitch, it's the way that bitch stayed in New Orleans. And I'd be wondering, like, do these bitches ever feel kind of crazy? Like, does anybody ever ask them, like, how did you get here? Like, do they even bother being like, yeah, well, I knew this girl and she told me about New Orleans. And then, me and my other friend came to visit and then we just never left. Cause that's really what it was. Like, I met Giselle in fucking, the Bay. I met Giselle in fucking California and they hit me up on some like, oh, me and Quasi want to come to New Orleans to visit. I was like, come hang out. They ended up wanting to stay. Nobody tripped. Everybody was cool. We figured out the money and it all worked out. But then as soon as they got some booskies and I feel like that's the other thing too. They were like looking to like find a relationship, shack up. We were living in like a fucking queer household that was trying to like do things that it just makes me sad because like the person who like created the house, like at some point they just gave up on it, which is wild. But I just think about like just the gang violence, bitch. I just think about motherfucking gangs, bitch. I think about all the ways that you can have a good relationship with the neighbors, but as soon as the men with guns come, who cares? Like that's where I'm at. Like, good God. Like I don't want a gun at all, but it's the way that I keep on seeing people with guns. I keep on seeing guns, and I'm just like, damn. Mm, mm. It's like on one hand, I know we have to prepare for war. I know, but it's like I really wonder, like, what war really looks like in this time. Like, are we really? I don't know. It's wild when you really think about it. Because there's got to be people in places that we can't think of yet. Like, there's probably a police officer who's realizing that it's crazy what they're doing. There's got to be like nurses who realize, like that's where I'm at. I can't imagine that there's not people who see what's happening and aren't doing something. I choose to believe that. I choose to believe that there's people always, that there's never been a time in the world where the most marginalized people haven't been fighting, like haven't been winning, haven't been being heard. Like I have to really fight to remind myself that like we're all here because our ancestors did not fucking stop. Like they weren't done. It's powerful, but it's also fucking terrifying. I feel like that's what the most terrifying thing is being alive right now is because it feels like such a shift in what we're supposed to be doing as like living beings on this earth. And I wouldn't have said this shit 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I wouldn't have said any of this. But now it's like I can see so clearly how like we're actually in a timeline that allows us more freedom and more connection with the earth. But it's like, how do we take it? I think that's where we're all stuck on like how do we get to it? And that's the cruelty. It's like we're already at it. That's what's so fucked. It's like we're already there. Like we're already on this planet. We already have all this access. And yet like we're still trying to figure out like how we get free from this shit. And like sure, some of it is psychological, some of it is sociological, but it's also like imposed through violence. Like I was thinking about earlier how like there's elders that are alive that I will never speak to. Like I know this. Like I know I'm never gonna speak to some elders of mine because I'm scared of them. Like at my big ass age, I'm scared of disturbing their spirit at all, and I know that I already have. Like I know I've already disturbed their spirit, even though we've never had a deep enough convo for me to actually have done that intentionally. Is very much like, and I just think about how like that is so frightening to think about like being an elder and like there's people in your family that are scared to talk to you and to ask you questions. Like that's so tragic. That's so tragic to me. But I think that that's where we're at in ways like a lot of us know we cannot ask questions to our elders. And so we're going to have to be the ones that it's safe to ask questions to. And I think about that so much that like there's people in their 20s right now who don't realize like you're an auntie. Not because you're old, but because you're older. And because you're older and you're willing to listen and ask questions and listen to questions. There are so many elders who like will literally just shut you down or just shut down themselves. And then the convo's done and then your mom mad at you. Now you can't go over auntie house no more. For a while. And it's like, what's the point of that? What's the point of being alive for all this time and nobody could talk to you? That shit is sad. Mm-hmm. Like I want to talk to my grandpa so bad, but I know that all conversations lead back to Jesus. Like that's the shit that kills me. It's like I want to talk to my grandpa so bad, but I feel like if I tried, and I have, I have, it always goes back to religion in a way that's so. And I just feel like I'm at a point where I realize a lot of our elders, they don't, it's not about being in connection with us. It's about being right. It's about being our elders. It's about this false position of power. And I think that's why when we grow up and like they can't beat our ass or send us to our room or punish us for being disrespectful. Like y'all ever think about that? Like some of y'all was disciplined for being disrespectful. You just had an opinion and you shared it. You thought that your opinion would be held. You thought that you had worth in this communication or in this connection with your parent and you thought that you'd be honored. It's just like when I really think about it, some of us just got beat for existing. Some of us got beat because that person couldn't beat up their boss. Like sometimes, bitch. Like that's why I'm telling you the kid mobs are coming. The kid mobs are coming, bitch, because they're gonna be like, hold on now. And I think about that too. I think about like how like the kind of war that has to happen here. I don't know that you and I have the stomach for that. And I know that this is a hard convo to have, but like, fuck. I'm trying to think of what movie it was. There's so many probably, but I think about like The Good Son with Macaulay Culkin. It's okay. I wouldn't watch it if you haven't seen it already. It's old. Um, and also, if you're a big fan of Home Alone, this movie might fuck you up. I don't know what his parents were thinking, but he was definitely typecast as a mischievous kid. But this role, in The Good Son, it was a little bit off for me, but hey, I'm bringing it up to say that, like, there's a reason why some countries use child soldiers, or there's a reason why, like, the United States wants you when you're 18. And shit, I believe they used to take you a lot earlier, and it was a fight to push the age of acceptance back. But the reality is when you're really young, like under 25, you don't really know, like, you don't have a concept of, like, what dying is. And I'm not trying to play with anybody. I just feel like as a 35-year-old, the concept of life and living and being alive and giving your energy to shit, completely different when you're in your 30s. Like, at least from my experience, I feel like in my 20s I had so much energy because I was burning myself out, not really thinking about how I need to rest. Like, when you're really young, you don't really think about bedtime, right? Because think about it, like, for some of y'all, bedtime was hard. It was hard to know that there's a certain time of the night where you just couldn't be doing what you want to do. And then there's some of us where we never had a bedtime. Our parents didn't give a fuck about us. And so in adulthood, like, it's really hard to have a bedtime because no one ever taught us how to honor our rest, right? And so with that being said, there's so many younger people who have no idea that, like, staying up for 12 hours in a day straight, no naps, no, just leisurely, like, just resting. Like, there's so many younger people who really think like that is a good life. I know I did. I used to think like a good, fun life. I'm on the go. I'm running around. I'm never sleeping. I'm barely drinking water. I'm barely, taking care of my human form because I'm pouring all of my energy into being free in a way that my child self never could access. And so I think about that as a 30-something-year-old person who is like, damn, like, I really do need to go to fuck to sleep sometimes. Or sometimes my ADHD and autism are basically like, bitch, being awake at this time of the night is so exclusive. Like, only bad bitches are up at 4 a.m. And again, I don't disagree, but it's still kind of wild sometimes how our childhood could really be informing like what we're doing now. And we could really just be like, oh, it is what it is. But my point was that, like, when you're under a certain age, now we'll just say 25, you really don't give a fuck about being alive in a certain type of way. Like, sure, like, you're gonna eat food, drink water, but, like, the way is that, like, you learn to protect yourself from, like, danger. The older you get, the more you start to notice patterns and be like, nah, I'm not going to do that because I can kind of see where it's going to go. Like, you don't have that when you're younger. And so, yeah, somebody will tell you that when you sign up for the military, they'll give you like what, $3,000, $4,000, $6,000 as a sign-on bonus, the most money you've ever touched in your fucking life. Like, there's all this, like, ritual that goes into stealing your life from you whenever you join the fucking army and decide, like, to steal other people's lives as a return. But I truly think, like, the younger children are going to notice the sociopathy of the elders, bitch. And just the way that the elders be operating. Like, there's just a part of me that feels like there's still a lot of people who still operate quite narcissistically and just, like, quite, just, again, they can't give what they don't got. And so I think about how, sure, I see a lot of people, like, moving like they want to be open and closer and connect. But I also think that there are a lot of people who might not want to hold that. There are going to be younger people who look at the world we live in and think it's terrible and want it to be dead. And, like, I think there's a lot of us, like, in our 20s and 30s who are like, yeah, this earth is fucking cooked. We need to start over. But, like, I don't think any of us have the stomach to really do it. And I think that that's the thing. That's the thing about war, bitch, is, like, it's really fucking brutal. And I'm not saying we're not at war in ways, because, like, sure, there's war on this soil, but it's invisibilized, right? Like, it's And when I say invisibilized, I mean like you'll hear a black person's name for 3 days, maybe in a news cycle, and then they just become another black person that's just been claimed by white supremacy. Meanwhile, let anything happen to anybody white, and oh my God, we're talking about this shit for 3 years at least. Like my God, like it's the way that we get information shared with us in a certain particular way, and then the ways we're supposed to react to it, and the ways we're supposed to care or not care. But getting back to my point about these child mobs, I'm telling y'all, when you're really young, you'll do some crazy shit because you just can't imagine like death. And I know that sounds morbid, but like when you're really young, like you can't imagine the end. It makes me think of like that episode of Walking Dead. Not to be a spoiler, but like if you haven't watched Walking Dead by now, let's be real, you don't give a fuck, and that's okay. But there was a girlie who was so mentally unwell by the zombies that she really thought she could kill somebody who was alive and they would just come back. And the way that she was a little ass baby. What up, boo? Hope you're doing well. Yes, you're not wrong, girl. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, shit, we talk anybody white that died. We still talk about them every day, all the time. Like even Jimmy Carter got a damn holiday. I'm like, no shade to Jimmy, but he was up next out of all the people. Okay, all right. But like I said, like when you're young in this world that is like, and also just like the way social media is set up, like we're set up to like look at ourselves. Like I don't know if y'all noticed, but I like look all around because it's like just the ways that like we're taught to like look at ourselves in the camera constantly. Like I know for years I've been reading like the comments, so I'm used to not staring at myself. But like it's the way that you can kind of like see it in certain videos that like people aren't really talking to us. Like, I don't know if y'all have noticed that, but there's some videos that I've noticed where it's like they're not talking to us. They're talking to their reflection. And I think about that. I think about how like I don't know, like maybe there's like some other shit, but I think about how on social media we're just like these avatars and like, little comment, but we're not like full people in the sense that like we talk to each other, like we're constantly liking and hearting, and I don't know. There's just a part of me that thinks about like the performance of being in community or in society with each other, and how like I just feel like I either have like the tiniest conversation or I have like the deepest conversation. I feel like there's no in between. I feel like small talk feels dead. It feels very dead. It feels like we're either talking about existential crisis, childhood trauma, deep ass motherfucking philosophical shit, or we're just, thank you. Have a good day. Absolutely. Like it's just so wild. It feels and there's a part of me that's like I used to be one of those people that's like I want to talk about everything. But it's like, bitch, I do want to be able to say, hey, how are you? And go. I would like that as well. You know what I mean? Nothing too deep. We don't have to invest too much, but we can still say something. And it's really wild because it's like why? But again, I'm really excited to see like how younger people interpret this world. Cause like I've seen videos recently where like people are showing their kids talking to them very candidly. Like I saw this little boy talking to like his mother being very candid about how she needs to apologize to his father. And I was like, dang. And again, like the emotional intelligence that some of these people are passing on to their kids, it's not going to there's just no way that those kids just lose that. Like some of these skills I'm noticing like 1-year olds gaining, Like I saw a 1 year old with a knife yesterday, cutting things, and I was like, yeah, the child mob is coming home. Like they're teaching them young in a way that our parents just wouldn't teach us. Our parents wasn't giving us no fucking knife at 1 years old. They weren't teaching us how to cut things or like work in the kitchen. And again, by the time you get put in the kitchen, especially when you're like AFAB or assigned female at birth, like you're old enough to know like this shit is boring and terrible. And like there's no joy in cooking like in certain people's households. But I just think about how like I saw like little babies like using knives and like learning how to like free themselves from things like contraptions. And it kind of had me like, damn, what does the world look like when like children have agency? I mean, it's creepy, but it's also like kind of exciting because I think about how like some of us were socialized to be like performing like a baby. Like I think about how like certain people, like I think about how my mom, like when I see my mom talk to babies, like she talks to them like they're like it's weird. It's like I know like the baby talk, it's fun, it's cute, but I think about how like like again, I've just been so spoiled on the internet, and I've been able to see all types of lives and walks of life, and just seeing like the Montessori like teaching at home, like teaching your baby from like literally birth, like every day finding new ways to show something to your child, like that should be blowing me. But I also think like because of my childhood, I'm hyper focused on like what children are doing. Like I already know like my childhood was like it was not what I was supposed to experience. And so like there are moments where I'm just like, man, like if my parents had taught me how to cut things with a knife, like if my parents had trusted me, had believed in me, like who would I be? And I just think about like how there are so many children that do not have to find that out. Like they're learning now, like their parents are teaching them now. And I'm just grateful that I get to be alive and witness it because again, like I just remember growing up and just being so scared, and I'm still scared. And I think about how, there's probably someone younger than me that would be way more comfortable defending, liberty and like the world, like physically. I don't have it in me. If they come trying to fight bitches or kill bitches, I mean, I got some hides. I got some, some jugs. I got a little juk. I got a little juk. But I just feel like outside of a couple of jugs, I don't know, bitch. Like again, I'm not trying to be the strongest soldier. I'm really not. Like this timeline is really crazy, and at this point, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but all the shit that I'm doing, like read plant medicine, psychedelic shit, like motherfucking the peer led support hotline that I want to fucking be facilitating with other folk. It's like, sweetie, I'm probably gonna fucking die in the next 4 years. I'm not saying that to be morbid. I'm just saying like I'm about to go harder, and like it's not on something like I want to be dead, but sweetie, like I don't want to be alive in this. Like that's my thought process. It's like if it comes to a point where it's like life or like where it's like this or death, like I'm definitely gonna choose to run up and like let it be done. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like I'm gonna be so fucking for real. Like we're talking about general strikes online. I think that's important, but let's also be real. Like we're also dealing with a tyrannical government. We're also dealing with a rogue police officer. Yeah, you too, babe. You too. Listen, oranges could be a lot. Oranges can be a lot. And you know what though? Here's my thing. Girl, I appreciate you for saying that. I think like for me, it's not that I'm necessarily creeped out. It's just like I think I'm triggered honestly by like how much I had to like work to get to my self-awareness, that when I see a child like getting like that opportunity, like not being like just all the ways that like and when I say we, I just mean like children of addicts, children of mothers who are stigmatized, children of mothers who are neglectful, children of mothers who need a cigarette or they're mean, children of mothers who need a soda or they're mean, children of mothers who, when their mom went in their room and shut their door, they were grateful and thanked Jesus. Like that's who I'm always talking to. There's just so many ways that like we weren't able to be free and full people, and because of that, like when we see a child being free or being a full person, it's kind of like damn, you know, like it's kind of like damn, like we weren't allowed to be full, we weren't allowed to be in our autonomy. Of course, like when we see a child like being candid, being, you know, just being present, it's kind of alarming. It's kind of scary. Because again, I think that it reminds us that like we may have been able to be there too. But we didn't get that, or we were not getting that. Um, I appreciate you for hiding people. I genuinely don't care though. Like if people are being rude, I literally just ignore them. Unless I have something funny to say, then I'll address them. But for the most part, like I'm just like, can you imagine? It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're like trying to be mean to somebody who's fat, wearing a Dolly Parton shirt, drinking out of a marinara jar. If that's where you're at, Peanut, you know? No, I haven't. What's it about? Yeah, no, but I promise y'all, I don't give a fuck. Like as I keep telling y'all, I have been in high school before. I've definitely been to high school before. I've been in middle school. I've been called all types of mean names. At this point, I tell myself the nicest things, and plus I got a booski that tells me nice things. I have people in the chat who tell me nice things, so I don't focus on anybody saying anything mean. That's the minority in my life. So whenever people come out here and say mean stuff, I'm always like, wow, okay. You know? Because it just lets me know where they're at. Like, damn. Imagine focusing on how much you don't want to look at a bitch you're looking at for free. You're consenting. It's boring to talk about y'all, to be honest, but I just want to be candid. Like, okay. I got some pork chops marinating in the fridge. Yo, the substance. Girl, yes. You know what? I didn't watch it, but I watched one of those recaps about it. Cause here's the thing, I don't hate Demi Moore, and honestly, after I watched the recap, I felt slightly bad for not watching it. Cause I was like, damn, this shit do seem kind of lit. Like the recap was good too, but I was like, damn, I should have watched it. But that movie had me thinking about my movie like recently. Cause like after I told y'all about my movie about the evil wig, I started thinking about how like I literally just watched the Substance review, and I started thinking about how like we be wanting to create stuff so bad, but we be really stealing from things that we've seen before. And so I'm glad you brought that up because I really did think about how like that movie really did have me sitting with the concept of being able to like, you know, transfer your life in some way, being able to put your life force energy into something else that may betray you. Because that's the thing, like her doppelganger, her younger body self, just like shading her, being shitty. It was like, damn, it be your own self. But just the ways that like the person that wants to be younger inside of you. I don't know. I'm gonna be real with you. Like I definitely felt like when I was like in my I feel like 29 to 30, I definitely felt like, damn, I'm 30. And then like when I was like 32, somebody told me that I'm like no, I was like 33 and somebody was like, you're almost 40. And I was like, bitch, I'm almost 34. What the fuck? And I was like, damn. So again, I think like we live in a society that's so focused on us being young. And like I hear like, oh my god, Chloe Bailey talking about she's about to be 27, or she's 27 about to be 28, or 26 about to be 27, and talking about she still feels 18. And it's like it made me laugh, but in this way where it's like, man, like I promise y'all, like, there's fun shit about all the ages. As your 35-year-old auntie, every age got something beautiful about it, okay? I promise you. Like, so far, 35, I feel like is the year that I really master, like, self-celebration. Because I'm so good at being mean to myself in my head. Like, nobody would even know the shady things I have said to myself. Bitch, I really have dragged me. I need to go to jail for defamation of character. I need to see myself in court. I'm gonna smoke one more with you because I'm a fool. And plus I need to smoke some weed to go to sleep because I've been smoking some fucking shit called Surfer Girl, which is hella sativa. And now I'm smoking some shit called Sherbet. But as I was saying though, when you're aging, I feel like it's so easy to think like, and that's it, you know. I like we live in a world that celebrates the teens. Like we live in a very pedophilic, hemophilic, like just creepy world that's like so focused on people being young and talented, young and beautiful, young and inexperienced, young. And in retrospect, now that I'm in my 30s, I'm like, oh, I see. It's a power play. Because when you're young, the power that you have is like other people are giving it to you. Like older people tell younger people when they matter. Like think about like young people that are famous. They're not just like some amazing person. There's some older person validating their uniqueness, specialness, talent. But let's be fucking real. Every young person that's being pushed in front of our eyes, those people aren't independently wealthy. They didn't have the means to fucking push their own labor. They didn't have the fucking sound stages or the contracts or the contacts. It just wouldn't be possible. So we have to be real that like our world actively pushes this idea of the young star, of the young genius. Someone earlier here said baby geniuses, and it's like, man, that's what people really love. People love the idea of an adult inside of a baby. Yikes. That sentence redacted. Yikes, but it's so fucking true and it's so fucking scary. It's so scary because it's like on both sides. Like we're obsessed with seeing like young femme people until they're like what 25 maybe, and then like we're obsessed with seeing like young masculine of center people, and then like at some point like if they don't become like this hulking symbol of like over masculinity, it becomes like, oh, you know, like who are they? Or they're gay. Like just the way that like Justin Bieber went from like heartthrob to like gay by association with Diddy and fucking Usher. And it's like not victim. You know? Shit like that be blowing me, bro. Like we be hearing about people going through stuff. We be seeing minors with adults hanging out and be surprised that motherfuckers is fucking traumatized as fucking 18 to 20 something year olds. And again, we live in a world that says be careful. We live in a world that says be careful. We don't live in a world that says don't hurt me. We don't live in a world that says leave people the fuck alone. We live in a world that says be careful, bitch. Watch out. Be mindful. You know, we don't live in a world that says, you know, don't harm. Girl, that part. And that's the thing, like having the access of information. Like that's why they want TikTok shut down. I truly believe. Like TikTok, in my humblest opinion, is part of the child mob running up. I'm telling y'all, we're gonna see child gangs coming. You know the child gangs are mad about TikTok, bitch. Because I can't imagine like all the younger people that like want more information about the world. Like that's the thing too. It's like there are minors on that app trying to get information about the world we live in, and like they want that to stop. Meanwhile, I just feel like TikTok has a way of like giving you like a full story, like all the fucking threads, all the response videos. Like I'm not on TikTok very heavily, but I go on there every now and then to get information. But it's the way that like YouTube, excuse me, not YouTube. It's the way that TikTok has really created a lane for so many people. Like the amount of young, poor black folks on there, the amount of young poor folks on there, period, but like making money, like just being their damn self. The yellow in my cup, it's a lemon. I'm a dramatic ass bitch. I put like half a lemon in my fucking cup. And I just be stabbing his ass. Like, give me some more lemon vibes. Immediately. Cause why would I cut lemon slices? You know what I mean? I just want to harass a big half a chunk of lemon. But yeah, I think I said I made some mushroom ice cubes, and that's why there's like bits and shit up in here. But I'm not really on mushrooms like bad. Like I feel like it's just like a microdose at this point. I want to say it probably wasn't more than 0.5, but if it was, that's fine. I don't plan on eating any of the fruit inside of the cup. I plan on just enjoying the vibes of it. But yeah, with that all being said, if I can give you one thing from a bitch that's 35, please have as much fun as possible. Please tell people how you be feeling. Talk about your life. Get a journal, especially if you have ADHD, autism. Sweetie, I mean this so sincerely. Like, if you don't have a journal, like, you literally don't have active memory with you. Like, I know that sounds really crazy, but if I don't have a journal with me, like, it's hard for me to be remembering things, a lot of things. And, like, the journal has really helped me just, like, remember, like, oh, this needs to get done on this day. Like, oh, I made a plan for this. A lot. I'm really learning a lot about ADHD and autism, and apparently, again, having a journal is important for us. And it's something that, like, I realize now that like even like on your phone, like you can't really rely on that. Like you know how we are. We don't be plugging our phone in, or even if we do, like there's so much going on the phone. Overstimulation is so hard. So just PS to anybody out there who's struggling. If you feel like you're forgetting every fucking thing, I feel you, bitch. Get a journal. Get a journal and just get comfortable writing in it. Anything, any fucking thing. Because I don't know about other folks, but I have ADHD, and I swear to God, I be coming back to thoughts like, yo, this thought just dropped. Like, I'd be dead ass surprised at conversations I have heard myself be having, and I'm just like, damn, I really said that. Like, it's wild. Like, I genuinely feel like ADHD feels like I have like a fucking an external drive that I don't have access to, and just randomly I'll just get a bunch of information that I already knew, but it'll just come back to me. Like I feel like I'm always like unearthing old information that I needed. Like sometimes I'll really listen to something I said like 10 years ago and be like, I really needed that. And it's like, where was that? But again, I would say like YouTube, making YouTube videos, it's been fun. It's been cool to like talk to myself at times, but also like it's been much more cooler to like watch the lives over because like some of the lives are just so good because again, I'm not just talking to myself. There are other people here. There's so much more to talk about when there's other people joining in. So yeah, I feel like I'm probably more on mushrooms than I think. I also think I'm high as fucking shit. I also think I've been emotional as hell today. Cause like lowest of keys, bitch. I started watching Harlots again. Like I just feel like I'm in that mode where I'm watching shows and then I'm also like seeing new stuff. I don't know if other folks feel like that, but I feel like I'm watching like family dramas and I'm just noticing so much pain. I'm noticing so much. Oh, you're a sweetie, 143. You warming my motherfucking heart, bitch. Thank you for fucking with me, bitch. Thank you, because you've been here for a long periodically time. So, like, honestly, I need so much coming from you. Just thank you for giving a fuck about me. Just thank you, bitch, honestly. Because I got a message from someone earlier And it was just so nice. And I was just like, damn. Like sometimes I be forgetting on some Capricorn shit, I be dead ass forgetting that like sometimes it's not about yesterday, it's not about last week, it's about today, bitch. It's about today. And so I'm just grateful I can be present in the moment with y'all for real. Cause like there are definitely a lot of moments along the way where I was like, should I keep doing this shit? Should I give up? Like, should I just stop? And like, I'm so grateful I didn't, because I really feel like today and or yesterday and today are very much showing me like, no, bitch, no, don't give up. Thank you. But listen, y'all got me through too, honestly. Like sometimes, like I have to hold, like this was kind of like some pure therapy group shit. Like we were able to laugh, smoke, relax, and not have to worry too damn much because it wasn't that deep. And I feel like unfortunately for some of us, like maybe our friendship group's kind of fucking volatile. Maybe a lot of us don't have the emotional intelligence to navigate friendship groups, you know? I know what that's like. And so it just felt low stakes in here. And that's why I keep coming back, because I feel like I could say a lot of things here that I can't say to every person. I also feel like I'm still trying to like find friends out here. Like I feel like there's one person who's like in the chat that lives out here that we like link up and shit, which is really nice. But like that's not typical. Like I usually don't get to hang out with people from the chat. But even that, like I don't know. Like I feel like I'm in that like state now where I'm just so worried about like just making sure I'm treating all my friends good as fuck, because they're all amazing. Like every person in my life right now, I'm like so scared that I'm not treating them good enough, because I'm like they deserve so much better, and I'm so grateful that I'm there. Like I'm not like super worried to lose people, but I'm just like I want to just make sure like I'm showing up and like loving them good as fuck. Like I don't want to be around people that are not treating me good and vice versa. Like if I'm not treating them good, like I don't want them to even deal with me. Like yuck, you know. And so I don't know. I'm just feeling grateful for all the people that are around me. I'm not feeling like I need more people, but I'm also like, if people come into my life, that'll be exciting. But I'm at peace as fuck, and I'm kind of grateful. The show is called Harlots, Harlots. It's basically about hoes, but if you used to watch the Kardashians at any point, I feel like you'll appreciate this show, because it's essentially about family and like sex work, and how like unfortunately being a woman at any point in time always meant some bullshit. It is very much a mess. Evil Bridgerton, you're funny as hell. I mean, low key, you know what? I watched this video that did a breakdown of Titanic and what was really happening in it. And I hadn't seen it in a while, you feel me? And like, bitch, I really was like, damn. Rose was trying to like dip on out of here. She was trying to leave Earthside. Like they was really talking about how like the movie Titanic is more than just about the damn ship. It's about survival. It's about like believing that like life is worth living, like believing that it's worth it. And that shit really fucked me up, bitch, because I really wasn't thinking about it that deeply. But like, I don't know what it was. My period coming too. But it had me sitting here like, damn, like Leonardo DiCaprio was basically Aladdin. Like Titanic is low-key Aladdin, bitch. But you know what? A lot of movies are Aladdin. But it just had me like, damn, she really did like come from some coin. And she had her little ugly ass fiance. Like, look here, her fiance was fine. But he just had a stank attitude, which makes him ugly to me. Like every role this man plays, he is such an asshole that I'm like, I know you're supposed to be cute to me, but all I see is lizard. Like something about him is just giving lizard. But when I really looked at Leonardo DiCaprio, I was like, damn, bitch, I used to be really into him. Like low key, that was my first like crush on like a CD star definitely was Leonardo DiCaprio. And I'll never forget when I seen him in The Man in the Iron Mask and I seen him with the long hair. Yeah, it was game over for me. But rewatching Titanic and me seeing him again, I was like, damn. Yeah, I don't know. It's like you ever just look at someone you had a crush on when you were younger. Low-key, this boy told me that he had a crush on Raven Simone. Why do mad boys that had a crush on Raven Simone? That shit used to always make me laugh, bitch. Cause like, I don't know why they were telling me. Like, I just feel like I'm like, girl, what do that mean? Like, what are you trying to tell me? Like, I don't know. I just like whenever boys tell you stuff. I just be like, why are you talking about this? Like, so, like unprovoked. Unprovoked. Like, just telling me that he thought about fucking. And again, she's always been a beautiful girl. But like, so many men have told me that their first crush was motherfucking Raven Simone. And I'm like, wow. Who would have thought? You know, I don't know. Again, I always thought nothing they turned out to be gay. Unconfirmed at this point. Unconfirmed. I'm not trying to play nobody. Unconfirmed. But low key, bitch, in retrospect, like I just feel like I have to hold that. Like I feel like a lot of people are gay, but I feel like whether or not you could like be gay, like I just like that's where I'm at. Like I truly believe like there are a lot of gay people, but whether or not you can be gay all the time and live life, not promised. Really not promised. And my heart weeps for all the gay folk that gotta perform like they're not gay. Like hell no, bitch. Like, oh my God. Whoa. I'm crying. Here's my thing. I just wish that like it was more acceptable to be living life and like not be bothered. Cause I feel like there's so many queer people out here who are so scared that their granny not gonna talk to them no more. Like it makes me so sad. Like I've met gay folk who told me straight up like I cannot like be gay until my granny dies. And I'm like, you about to wait till your granny dies to be your full self? This is the moment. Like those are moments where I'm just so grateful. I don't know what that's like. Like I'm so fucking grateful. Like I was telling Dane, I was like, I'm so grateful that nobody in my family is ever gonna ask me to ever look out for them, help them in old age. Like I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, I've been homeless for many years. There's no way that anyone in my family ever wants me to like be caring for them. Because if they did, they would have acted like they fucking knew. Like, bitch, I am so grateful that barely anybody has my number in my family. I am so grateful because it's the way that I know my brother's gonna have to take care of my mom. It's the way I know that. It's the way I know. And bitch, it's wild. It's wild to think about shit like that too. Cause people parents be like, don't you know you're my caretaker now? It's like, bitch, what? I'm so grateful. Like I know my mom gonna call my brother before me, and I'm so grateful, bitch. Like it's one thing about being the scapegoat child. It's one thing about not being the golden child, bitch. I love it. Like yes, bitch, throw me away forever. Keep me out of there. I know it's gonna sound how it sounds, bitch, but I'm being so fucking genuine. Like I'm so grateful my mom would never call me. So fucking grateful, honestly, because I just feel like my mom is one of those white bitches. I feel like she'll have like a late in life meltdown about how racist she really is. Like I just feel like one day she gonna fuck around and open up a YouTube video or something. I'm telling you, because the bitch got triggered off a reading list. A bitch got triggered off somebody black talking to her through a fucking video, and that just really hit me. Like, damn, I don't think she's ever known peace. I'm probably never gonna work a 9 to 5. I have no desire to do that. I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I don't think a lot of people do. I feel like I could maybe do Maybe like a 12 to 6 or some shit. But I would have to like the job. I couldn't just be working, bitch. Fuck that. And I'm so grateful that I don't have to think about it like that. I'm so fucking grateful that I don't have to just like jump out there and go get a job. And it's not even like these hoes are hiring. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how everybody about to get evicted. Let's talk about how everybody about to get fired. Can we talk about that? Because it's giving that they trying to like start over and give people new wages. Like, girly, the wages are going down, girly. I remember like earlier in the year, last year, seeing wages like high as fuck. Bitch, why am I seeing $13, $14 an hour, girl? Why am I seeing that? Why am I seeing $10, $11 an hour, girl? Like, they're firing people and lowering the wages. I'm seeing it. And they're strategically firing people so they don't have to pay unemployment. I'm telling you. It's very fucking terrifying. But I have been seeing the wages being lowered. Bitch, I've had Amazon emailing me for weeks being like desperate, in need, Detroit, Amazon warehouse worker needed. Sweetie, if you're in need, why are you offering $13 an hour? Like, if you're desperate in need, it's not giving desperate in need, sweetie. Desperate in need would give $30 an hour at least. It's giving y'all could cut the Detroit location, I guess. Figure it out in Schenectady, bitch. I don't know. But the way that Amazon is harassing me, the way Amazon is mad that there's no more Amazon Prime, like, girl, you decided you want to fuck with, girl. Amazon knows what time it is. They want to be, they want to be pro motherfucking Israel. That's fine. McDonald's too, bitch, and it's hurting me to boycott McDonald's. It's hurting me, bitch. That orange lava burst, I'm not gonna hold you, bitch. That's blood to me. When I drink orange high C lava burst, I just taste air. I just taste cold and air. That is H2O, bitch. High C, more like H2O. Not your second job. See, 2675, bitch. You was making that. You was making that pre-war money. Now we going to. Now we actively engaging in war. You know what I mean? You was on that Biden budget. We on a new fiscal budget and it's a new fiscal year type quarter type shit. You know what I mean? They need to cut losses. It's really giving like we're starting the year strong. We're cutting 50% of our workforce and we're lowering the wages for new hires. That's how our profit margins are going to increase for next quarter. Like that's what it's giving. It's giving we literally have no other plan other than to fire people and then hire new people for cheaper. Yeah, that's not profit, goofy bitch. Like, I just feel like they're really on goofy bitch time, but that's fine. Like, I feel like, bitch, also the work from home girlies. I don't know if anybody here is working from home, but apparently there's been a mandate because allegedly all those office buildings y'all work in have 50-year leases that apparently are being paid for nothing because y'all are home. And so, like, I'm telling y'all, like, it's literally giving, like, general strike. But that's what's also scaring me. Because it's like, sure, like, we can do a general strike, but it's like, what does it look like to do a massive rent strike? Because that's the one I think is the most important. I feel like the other one is, like, the grocery strike. But between me and you, the way the grocery prices are, I feel like we're low-key striking the groceries like unintentionally. But I also feel like the grocery store is so shady because like you can tell at this point that they're like thawing things out, right? I feel like we can tell this as a nation, right? That this isn't fresh produce, that things are getting thawed out over time. Is anyone else there? Bitch, listen, I'm gonna be super candid. Like, I saw a bunch of threads on Lipstick Alley like last night that were talking about this. So I want to be candid. Like, this isn't a convo I just like thought of. It's just like a convo that's happening that I felt like mattered. But again, like, I want to be super candid. I like Lipstick Alley for the fact that like I can hear the thoughts of like not just like black women who are like extremely like invested, but also Black women that are not. Like, there are a lot of conversations that happen on that website that are just like, think fuck. You know what I mean? Like, again, from conversations around anti-blackness and misogyny all the way down to like life skills, all the things that. Wow. All right. My goodness. Ugh. I appreciate you. I just want to be candid that, like, I'm trying to listen to folks who are talking about things, and a lot of folks who are talking about things are Black women. But also, there are a lot of Black women who are being super candid online in this way that is extremely unprotected. And so I think that, like, being on Lipstick Alley allows me to, like, at least, like, hear the most candid thoughts in a way that feels age appropriate too. Like, I feel like there's like people in their 30s, 40s, 50s on there. I feel like I go on Reddit every now and then. Like, our Black ladies, I'm not gonna lie, like, I used to be on there more heavy, like, just like trying to let some mixed people know, like, hey, you're being weird. Because, like, there's been a lot of moments, like, over the past couple years where there's so many folks wanting to be biracial and Black at the same time. And it's very exhausting trying to tell all my friends, all my people, all my family, okay? Because even though I'm not a biracial person, I still think, like, when people, if people didn't know who I was and just saw my family, they might think I was biracial. So I'm gonna just stand in solidarity with my cousins, my friends, my community, and just acknowledge that, like, a lot of us are just doing anything. And so I'm not gonna lie, like, sometimes I'm in spaces, like, to be paying attention, to gain information for sure, so that I'm not being an op. But there's also multiple times where I'll see my people and I'm like, damn, mixed person, like, did this really make sense today? And who knows, bitch. Like, I stumbled upon this, like, thread called Unpopular Colorism Thoughts, and it was wild. Like, there were just so many people in there denying colorism, being like, it's about your attitude. And it was just like, really, y'all? Like, that's where we're at. But there were some interesting takes. Like, somebody had said that, like, the caramel people are the true light skins of the Black community. And I honestly am at that point where it's like, most light skinned people who people think are light skinned are mixed. And most people who people think are, like, monoracial are, like, the lighter skinned Black people. But again, I be thinking it's interesting, certain conversations. Some conversations are very much like, not for me, and I move my ass out the way. But there are definitely conversations that pop up that have me like, bark, you know? But I think, again, I think any space where there are Black women being candid, it is a lot of times a space where a lot of knowledge and information gets dropped. And again, I'm not gonna lie, like, Lipstick Alley has really, like, changed my life in a good way. I know that I have a hate thread on there. I personally don't give a fuck about it. I did care about it when I first found it, because I not only was upset because it said it was an appreciation thread, and then a bunch of people who hated me didn't just make a thread to hate me. That's what annoyed me. I just want to be candid. I don't care that people don't like me. I just thought it was annoying that where I was supposed to be appreciated, motherfuckers wasn't appreciating. So I was like, damn, why you say fuck me for? So again, that was my first initial reaction. But then I realized, I put myself on the internet. People are going to talk about me. That's fine. I also think, like, most people who have a hate thread, from my experience, they're just people who are communicating on the internet. They're just people that exist. Like, I'll never forget when I found the hate thread for Kim Foster. That's when I started to realize, like, it don't matter. It don't matter what you do. Like, bitch. Like, there's this one girlie, she got 2 dogs, and they stay talking about this girl. And I'm like, can you imagine what? And I follow her because I actually like her content. But I'm like, imagine watching this girl who don't bother nobody. And it's just like, there's moments where I just feel like it's giving, like, that could be your sister. And that's why you feel so, you know what I mean? Because sometimes, like, I'm really trying to think. I remember, like I said, I used to really be on like the Trisha Paytas snark threads, and I used to be dying laughing. I would rarely comment about her because, like, bitch, I just feel like everyone else was really covering it for the most part. But if I'm being candid, I feel like part of me not appreciating Trisha Paytas and laughing at her was because she a very goofy white lady. On top of that, you could just tell when she was with Jason, it was very much like this man don't got nothing. And it was just very, it was like, I hate to say this, but sometimes when people are offering something, like especially when it's like a person and like co-host, like background people, and it's like there's so much unspoken dialogue, so much bizarre shit happening. I feel like that's the thing about Trisha Paytas. It's like I don't know. It's like what came first, the chicken or the egg? It's like I know that she had to have some access to loans or some access to capital in some kind of way to get people to even give a fuck. Cause let's be fucking for real. She was never just broke making content. Like she was always flexing. And I feel like because of that, I think that people really want to see her win. Um, simply because like that seemingly makes her happy to have money and just be, eating and living. And again, there was definitely moments where I was just like, wow, like this bitch just be eating and living life. But I want to say it was like when her and Jeffree Star was like doing the most with the hairstylist. Like it was just so much. And you could just tell like they're just miserable white people and like all they do is come on the internet. And it started making me think about how like I come here because like it'd be fun and I'd be having a good time. But it's just like, damn, it's like sometimes you could tell like she just coming online to build a storyline around the larger storyline. It just started to feel kind of meta. It's like she knew she was being hated and it was bringing her money. And so it's like she went out of her way to create more content that would make people hate her even more. And then at some point, she started going around making sure all her hate threads and all her hate Reddits and all of these things get shut down. But I feel like it was because there was a lot of evidence on some like teen mom type shit. Like it really felt like there was just this desire to, gather as much information about her being an unfit parent. But it's like for me, it's like if we have all this evidence, sweetie, I just feel like I don't know. I feel like that's when I checked out. When like it was very obvious that like Moses was the main one watching the baby. I was like, you know what, Trisha, this is not cute. Cause it's like you over here acting like you want to have a baby so damn bad. Like at least get a nanny and like like if you gonna be a rich white woman, like get a nanny and hang out with you, the nanny and the baby. At least do that trope. It was just giving like I'm a main character. My baby will always be a B character. My baby's an NPC sim. Um, no, 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 no. 143 Boogie. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Because it's like on one hand, like I think like if your desire is to get people to watch you, then this could be seen as something good that like you've made an impact. But I never came on here to do shit. I just was really a regular bitch just being silly and goofy as fuck and clearly underdeveloped as fuck from being in foster care. Like I just feel like all the ways I've been candid, it's like I can clearly see how I got here. Very clearly, but I have empathy for myself. You feel me? I feel like there's people that'll watch me and be like, you had a Torrid credit card and used to make a lot of videos in Boston. I don't know. Things are different now. It's like, yeah, about 15 years. 15 years of difference. Absolutely. Like, I feel like that's the thing. I started this shit when I was like 19. I like made my first YouTube video when I was like 19, y'all. Like, I'm 35. This shit should not look nothing like how it looked. It shouldn't. I'm crying. I'm crying. But as I was saying though, like I know that people not liking me is not a big deal. Like I feel like at this point I'm grateful that anyone feels anything about me. That's exciting. Because people have liked me, good things have happened. Because some people have not liked me, good things have happened. Like I feel like, I feel like I'm supposed to be where I'm supposed to be. Very much humble, very much still eat tuna out the can. You feel me? Like very much a regular bitch. I put on my pants just like everybody else sitting down. So I just feel like I'm gonna just keep my humble fucking spirit, keep on my fucking vibing, keep having a good time, keep playing, keep laughing, keep centering joy, keep reminding myself that I am worth it, that I can start over whenever I want, that it's never too late for me, bitch. It's never too late. Whew. But yeah, no, it's the way that I don't want to go to bed. It's the way that I'm wide the fuck awake, bitch. It's the way that I got this Taco Bell still. Damn, bitch. Yeah, no, I really do think that the mushroom hit me. Like, I think I didn't intend for the mushroom to hit me, but it's the way that I feel so bomb right now. And I know it's not this weed. I've been smoking this weed. It ain't the weed. Whew, bitch. That hillbilly pumpkin. She don't never fucking play. I'm always in such a good fucking mood when I fuck with her. Damn, bitch. It's the way I want to go take a fucking shower. Like, you ever just take a shower just because? Like, low key, I know I be giving dirty rap, bitch. Sometimes, like, I'd be like, bitch, I don't know last time I took a shower. I know I said that before, I know. But, bitch, I got the duality of a bitch. That's like, a shower is an indoor waterfall. Like, you ever just go in there and just let it rain on you, bitch? Like, you ever just sit on the toilet for a long time with the shower on and just let it get steamed? I don't know. I don't know if other people are there. But yeah, I could be a real dirty bitch, and I could be a real you know, take me to a car wash because I'm one big dirty bitch and I need to. Like, I really never know what I'm going to be on. There's never any way to know. Like, again, like I feel like we're in such like a hygiene Olympics world where, like, let you have a stain, let you know what I mean. Like, one time I posted that I forgot to brush my teeth on Twitter, which was crazy in retrospect because you're not supposed to say what you really experience as a human. But I had posted that I forgot to brush my teeth. Mad people dragged me, and then somebody was like, "Eat an apple," and I was dying because I'm just like, not y'all trying to save my life. If my breath stinks today, y'all know why. Let's move on. Like, let's move on, bitch. Buy me some gum or go. Like, a bitch really told me to eat an apple, and I'm literally looking at the tweet like, I wish I would run to go get an apple, bitch. Like, it's like, girl, again, I know some people will really never, they've never forgot to do nothing. They never forgot to put on a sock. They never forgot to wash their face. They never forgot nothing. They never forgot a thing. I can't with these people. And again, if you've never forgot to brush your teeth, here's your award. Here's your award. It looks however the fuck you need it to look for you. Alright, whatever you need it to look like, that's what it looks like. There you go. You win. You won. You're the cleanest bitch of the earth. We love you. Let us. And your feet are right there. And we're worshiping. That's what I'm saying. Bitch, I never thought about that to this day. To this day. It's like, why do you have a solution for my breath stinking? Unless you've been there too. Why can't we just be bitches that know that your breath could stink sometimes and it's okay? Like, oh my God, like I'm just so tired. I'm so tired. And again, I know that because I'm not white, people will think I'm like extra dirty because I'm saying this, but let a white bitch say she don't wash her legs. People act like they can't smell that leg funk. It's bothering me. It's bothering me. White people been real outspoken about not washing their legs, and it's just been kind of like, so that's what that was. You know what I mean? I'm like, You want to know what that made me think about? When people be talking about people sit down air. I'm so sorry, but if you do not wash your legs, your sit down air is crazy. Like, I know when you sit down, you gotta keep your head up. Like, there's no way you could be sitting down like the rest of us and putting your head down and smelling all that from your legs. There's just no way. I just can't believe it. Sounds fake. But again, I'm not a hygiene Olympics award person. I personally don't care. Be a dirty bitch. Live life, you know? I just, yeah, I don't give a fuck like that. I'm trying to think though. It's like I could go eat in the bed in the dark like a rat. I could. Yeah, no, this mushroom actually really hitting. Because I'm in such a silly little mood. Not that extra tangy smell. I just feel like between like, I don't know. I just feel like white people have been super candid about being dirty bitches, and I'm over it. I'm like now that they're being candid about not washing their body, I feel like I'm not about to play no more. Every now and then, bitch, yeah. I'll go like 2, 3 days without washing my ass. Absolutely, bitch. And yeah, we can blame it on sensory, but sometimes my coochie just got a good odor. Like every now and then, like, bitch, you ever just like run your hand on the side of your thigh and coochie lip? And it's just fine wine, bitch. A note of butter, a note of nut, a note of cinnamon. Again, I love my own brand. Um, I'm crying. I've never heard a thing about this. Like, I'm actually shook. Like, I know some white people don't be wearing lotion, but like, never. They said never use lotion. I swear, between me and you, I really think white people just put on conditioner and just expect it all to do a magical trick or something. Like, I swear to you, I really think they use conditioner and just let it cascade, and then that's their lotion. I really think their lotion is conditioner. That's my conspiracy theory, is that white people use conditioner as lotion and shampoo as soap for the whole body. That's my one conspiracy thought. Is like, because I've heard them say that they wash their hair and let it rain down, and that's why they don't wash their legs. So that's why I'm just like, okay, so shampoo is soap for the corpse. Hmm. All right. They're saving money. Like low key, bitch. You ever think about how like white people might look like that because like they don't put on any lotion? Like they be buying expensive cream for their face, but nothing else. I mean, white people's ashiness is like worse than any other type of ash because you can't see it. You can see your ash as a person of color and at least do something about it. Their ash, they literally is normalized. I feel like that's why it's so critical. Their ash is advanced. That's why, bitch. You ever notice like when the commercials for white people for lotion, they be showing like an alligator. You ever notice that? I have never seen them show a black person and show an alligator. Nivea has never done it. I've never seen any black owned. I've never seen any black owned. No shade. I've never seen any black person be. I don't even think I've ever seen like maybe on like BET. Like if I'm being super candid, like now that I think about it, I'm like, yo, they really will have a white person on the fucking on the TV and they'll be showing an alligator and be like dry skin, try Aussie, moist coconut nuts, avocado seed, linseed oil, butter. And it's like, but why is the crocodile here? What does that have to do with anything? But now I get it. Not loom, but you got me screaming. Do you really wish you was white? But like, do you wish you were white, or do you wish you weren't being dehumanized? Because I really think that there's two different things. Master Modder, can you put on a song? If you could put on a song, what song would it be? Let us know. Tell us about a new banger. Word, and I'm trying to take it seriously. because I feel like you've been in here before and I fuck with you. Word. Again, I feel like I want to be weird and say like I've never felt that, but I've definitely thought to myself that it's wild, like that, like if you're white, like you get received in a particular way. Like there's just moments where like you just know that like you're just not gonna be received a certain way. So like it's just the way that white supremacy literally be like cutting off like opportunities and paths. Like again, as much as you want to feel like you're in alignment, there's just moments where I just know I can't say something. And it was going back to the combo I was saying earlier. Like there's elders in my family. I know if I talk to them, they're gonna be disturbed. I'm gonna disturb their peace by even communicating with them. And so the best thing I could do is just leave them the fuck alone. And yet, I want to talk to them so fucking bad, but I know it'll be wasting my fucking time. And on top of that, yeah. Oh, Master, you're cute. I hope you're having a cute night. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna play no music because I'm gonna honestly delete this whole motherfucking live. I feel like I was bugging out on this one. I was having a good time, but there were definitely moments where I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about, bitch? You're on mushrooms. Just curl your hair." The movie with Brandy and the old ass white lady. Tell me more. I like, you know what? I have a computer like literally right here. Hold on, I'm gonna Google. I'm gonna see what's going on with Brandy and this white lady. Brandy movie. Is it called The Front Room? Damn, Brandy been working the last couple years. That's wild. Wait, Brandy was in fucking Tyler Perry's Temptation? For real? I did not know that. She was in Osmosis Jones? Oh wow. I'm learning so much. Oh. Oh shit. Is her daughter a singer? Wait, her dad's name is Big Bert? Who's this? Oh wow, all his kids got the same damn head. Oh wow. I'm sorry, y'all got me really caught up looking into Brandy's career. ADHD is crazy. Who's your baby father? Wait. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Brandy? Oh. Okay, the baby father partner is First Nation. Okay. Sorry. But yeah, no. It's definitely a lot. Yeah, no, I'm definitely fucked up right now. No, Brandy looks amazing. But yo, back to your statement about wishing you were white. Damn, coughing is crazy. I think like, you know, there's moments where I'm like definitely worried about it. Like there's definitely moments where I think about how at this point in career, I know that whiteness isn't real. And so I think that that's like why I'm like pausing where I'm pausing. Cause it's like, I know that whiteness is not a real thing. And so like what white people are experiencing is something they're creating to maintain an illusion. And so there's a part of me that's like, do you really wish that like you didn't know like how much harm you were causing? Because that's what I think now. And I'm not trying to make it seem like I understand like all of what's going on. But yeah, there's a moment where I'm like, hold on now, because like white people are creating this reality. You said that movie made me think of the. Okay, thank you for bringing that up. I just got back into my Hulu. I think I said like my Hulu shit had like lapsed. Like I don't know if this is happening to anybody else, but like I've had like really cheap services, and then all of a sudden like I got kicked off of like my plan. I don't know if anybody else has experienced this, but I experienced like I don't know. It was just weird. It kind of just felt like they were like kicking me off of my uh like I was getting kicked off of my my subscription because they were trying to raise my prices. Because I was paying like $1 for Hulu. I paid like 99 cents for Hulu per month. And then all of a sudden they were just like, you don't have a Hulu account. Like they just deleted my account, which feels like they must have been like, hey, you can have this account for $1. And then they're like, hey, no, you can't. And now there's no record of anything. And like, I'm not about to be on customer service trying to get my dollar service back. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna pretend to be a new bitch. Anastasia Bieberhausen. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna get a new alias, bitch, a new wig, and I'm gonna come back on a new server, bitch. I'm gonna unplug my computer and a new IP address, bitch. No, exactly. And that's the thing that's where I went. It's like, do you want to be white and like really not know how much harm is being caused? Because it's like there are so many white people who are like still like missing it. Like they're talking so fucking much, and like you can tell like they want to be a part of the moment. And it's like, ugh, like I'm not trying to be an ass when I say this, but it's like there's just so many white people talking so much. Oh, fuck. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with talking, but like they don't have the range. And again, like it makes me think of like there's this creator who has this series called Analyzing Evil. And I was liking the series until he started doing like black characters. And it's just like, bro, like there's just a moment where, and I know people are not going to hear me, maybe, but like there's moments where it's like, is the character really evil? Or are they living in an anti-black world with limited options based on the fact that they live in an anti-black world? And it's quite a cycle. Like there again, there's just moments. They do. But there's just so many white people who want to talk about white supremacy so bad. And again, the ways that like white supremacy keeps on allowing them to keep on making the same videos. If I watch one more video about the Holocaust, bitch, like I'm not saying we should forget it. I'm just saying that at this point, it just feels like there's so many white people trying to like turn this moment into one about the past. And it's very much a continuation of anti-blackness. And so it's just like, how are y'all talking so much? Like again, like it's the way that I keep seeing videos about the civil rights movement. What if World War One never happened? Type shit, and it's like, girl, that's where y'all are thinking. Like young people too, long format videos about how like things could have been different, and it's like, did someone fucking give you money for this? It's just giving like you could not have been like 23 years old and wanting to talk about this right now. Like really? Here's my thing. I feel like one thing about it, Kawaguchi, one thing that's important to me is that we say people, especially if we're talking about folks that we're not in community with. I'm not a Jewish person. And when people say Jews, 9 times out of 10, they're being bigoted. So I just want to be candid that like if we're like just like I wouldn't say I probably would say Latinos. But I feel like Latinos don't have the same motherfucking. You know what I mean? If I was using a different word, I could understand someone being like. But I feel like at this point in career, I feel like we can say Latinos and it's not a problem. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. I'm just trying to be candid that like when we're talking about Jewish folk, we're talking about folks. We're talking about people. People would use the word JEW just to be demeaning and dehumanizing. And so I just want to be candid that like Jewish folk don't get held, but I also feel like Jewish folk are also being held as like ethnically not white in this way that like other white people are acknowledging, because again, whiteness is like based on othering. Like whiteness only exists because they saw blackness. Whiteness did not exist before they witnessed blackness. And so with that being said, the lack of like identity that they truly have, because like if I have to be this for you to be that, I learn who you truly are. And so that's where we're at. You know what I mean? We're at a point where it's like white people are trying to they're trying to shift out of identity by calling themselves Italian, Dutch, and it's like, whoa. And it's the way that they don't have identity, so now they're gonna start using nations. Like, sweetie, it's very much like, and again, also, it makes me think about the one drop rule and how, like, that also is part of it. How, like, the concept of, like, who is black is no longer, like, rooted in like deep dark skin like now, and I don't want to say that it was always. What I'm trying to offer is that like the one drop rule, the project of motherfucking white supremacy is unfolding very quickly. And so like the ways that like white people are like actively like tanning. Like there's a white woman I saw who like had tan lines tattooed on her so she'd look more brown, bitch. A white woman tattooed tan lines on herself. Sweetie. Not white African Americans. Oh my God. And again, like the one drop rule and just like the way that us mixed people are bugging. Like I think I came on here and was talking about how like I found this video or a post by this mixed person and like a bunch of people were like, girl, you know you're still black. Girl, don't worry. Everybody who's talking about the one drop rule is chronically online. They don't know what they're talking about. Like, I just see mad people really holding this mixed person's hand, all because she said she was crying about a post that said that she's not black. But it wasn't aimed at her, it was aimed at people erasing black women in black spaces, in black identity. In fact, the fact that she made that post and everybody came to hold her hand, and again, I popped up on it trying to be like, hey girl, we're mixed. We're gonna be okay. We can cry whenever we want, whenever we need to, but we're gonna be called like we're gonna be mixed forever. And it's the way a bunch of mixed people want to fight with me. And again, I used to be this annoying mixed person who was like, well, for sure, but you know, when white people see me, like, and it's just like, bitch, but when you look in the mirror, you know you're not fucking black. Why are we playing this game? But again, I know that for some of them, it's not a game. For some of them, it's like their mama been lying. I hate to say that, but it's like the Cardi B's of the world. You know what I mean? Like somebody recently was talking about how Cardi B's mom is actually Dominican and not Trinidadian. And it's funny as hell because it's like, do it matter? The one drop rule is at work. It don't matter what island her mama from. She's not black. And it's okay. That's fine. But the way that some of these mixed folk, like some of us really want to like double down when all the evidence shows. Like, what more do we need? Again, I'm really trying to be like in solidarity with black folk and not be on some weird shit. And I'm just, my people are so embarrassing. Like, we really be embarrassing as fuck because we really not listening. Like, so many light skinned people are jumping out the window right now. Her relation to Glorilla. Whoa, I kind of want to watch it. Low key, I feel like Cardi B is funny to me, but I think that because she came from like love and hip hop kind of thing, like that's the other thing too, is like, I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's just crazy how like everybody from Love and Hip Hop had to do several seasons. I mean, Scrappy's still on there and just had a baby, another one. It's just wild to see. Like, I don't know. I tried to watch Love and Hip Hop again, and I just feel like I'm too many seasons behind. I'm too many baby showers behind. I'm too many weddings behind. I'm too many catfishes behind. it's just like I'm behind so much. Like I just don't know who the fuck these people are, bitch, at this point. Like I really tried to watch the show and I was like, who is this? It was terrible, bitch. I feel like the last time I was really watching the show, like the last time I was really watching the show, Tokyo Vanity was on it. Yo, bitch, why the fuck I watched a video where somebody seen me in New Orleans and somebody from like the chat seen me with their man. Why their man thought I was Tokyo Vanity and deadass was like talking to me like I was deadass on Love and Hip Hop. I literally was trying to be polite. It was a Caucasian man too. I was trying so hard to be polite, but I wanted to be like, I wanted to pull up on my phone like I wanted to just put her face and my face next to each other and be like, swear he thought I was Tokyo Vanity, and I was like, I was just being polite, but I was like, bro, like maybe he's just drunk. I don't know, girl, but like. I was like, again, like, bitch, can you imagine someone thought you were Tokyo Vanity and then the rest of the night, like, you trying to keep it cute, like you're not, like you're not her. But I'm like, ah! Bitch, I was screaming. Like, it's the way my face didn't move when he said he was like, you're Tokyo Vanity, right? And I was like, absolutely. Because it's like, I'm not going to tell you who I really am. It doesn't matter anymore. Like, you think I'm that girl? I'm going to just be here for the rest of the night. Have a good one. Have a good one. Have a great day. She never brought it up again. I never saw him again, so it was fine. Like he was just really excited. He was like, "You're Tokyo Vanity, right?" Like he was with a good heart, and I was like, "Mm-hmm, yep." Again, I'm in a hat shop selling hats, and he thinks I'm on Love and Hip Hop. I don't care who he is. He just made my night. Sure thing. Yes, cause my best friend finna, we finna. Ooh, that was a cute song, right? That was a cute moment. Carefree times, right? Ah, man. I feel like that's another hate thread I was in. Like, I like honestly, bitch. Like, listen, I didn't know the girl to hate on her, but I did live in New Orleans, and I did see her every now and then. And so, Super Scent and fucking her crew of people, child. I don't know why. I don't know how I got sucked into this thread, but my goodness, like that thread also is another one that got me like, you know what? They will talk about any fucking body. And now, don't get me wrong. I feel like if you're from the South, you automatically probably more interesting than a lot of motherfuckers. Like, I think that's the other part about it. Is like some of these hate threads be having me dead. Cause it's like, bitches gotta have something going on a little bit to have a hate thread. They gotta be doing something. They gotta be creating something. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's always good. I'm just saying, like, you gotta be watching the comings and goings of another bitch to be getting into it. And again, I am not above looking at a bitch hate thread. Like, honestly, I'm trying to think of, like, the last hate thread I was in. Because, again, I do be laughing every now and then, bitch. Do not get me wrong. I'm really trying to think. I think it might have been Trisha Paytas' bitch, Lois the Keys, just because I randomly was on Spill Sesh. And they was talking about how Trisha and Jeffrey filmed the podcast together, and then Trisha never posted it, and was like, "Yeah, I just like didn't think about how deep it would be for me to collab with him." And I'm just sitting here like, y'all still talking about that shit? My God, holy shit! But yeah, I just want to see if the girlie's just talking shit, but it was boring. Again, I just feel like she definitely put some money out there into the universe, like had to have. Like I just feel like she been doing the right Caucasian things. Like that's the thing that be blowing me. Whenever white people do something really crazy, they just gotta do the right Caucasian things. Like I feel like right after you do something really crazy, you gotta go to like an animal rescue and low key like empty your purse. Like if the girls don't see you at the animal rescue, feeding the dogs, you know what I mean, walking the dogs. Like I'm just saying, like it just seems like after any tragedy, these white people commit. They're like, and you know what? I went to the animal rescue, absolutely, and I donated every day, absolutely, for 3 years. And I volunteered at the dog soup kitchen. I fed the dog soup every day. I sure did. Yes. And then also I gave to several nonprofits. Here are the video footage proofs on my Instagram. Like, it's just very much like, as long as after they said, anti-black slurs, they went to, the domestic violence shelter and gave out some blankets. Like, it's very much like, after I did all this abusive stuff, I actually got diagnosed with autism. It's just like, I'm so sorry, bitch. Like, there's just be moments where I'm like, okay. And again, it'd be people on YouTube making like millions of dollars. And like, all they gotta do is just be cool. Motherfuckers be bringing out guns, Nazi memorabilia. Like, it's just like, bro, can you imagine fumbling the bag of YouTube when all you gotta do is be Caucasian and calm down? Like, bitch, I be screaming hearing about Mr. Beast. Apparently fucking David Dobrik getting dragged for like starting a cult or some shit. A lot of white people started cults 2 years ago. That was just something that was happening on Nicyon. Bitch, and I don't even know who that is. Like, for real, I like seen a thumbnail, of course, of his ugly ass square ass head. But it's like some of these people, like when they drag Shane and Shane boyfriend Ryland, I was like, finally, girl. I was over Shane and Ryland. I just thought they were so fucking boring to this day. Same with Trisha Paytas. Like, if Trisha didn't have no money, bitch, that shit would be tragic. Like, Loads of Keys, I feel like that's the thing about it. Is like most of the time, these white people that people be watching, if they did not have $1, whew, sweetie, it's the way that bitch wouldn't have made it if she was in Trailer Park. Like, I mean that with all the love, but it's the way, like, if she had really had to stay in the situation her mom had put her in the beginning, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. And I also think, like, because she's white and because she wears her hair blonde, I feel like there's such a sacredness. Bitch, you know what? I don't want to do too much, but there's a video that someone posted recently about blondness and how blonde is a status. And I started really thinking about that a little bit more deeper, but I'm going to find some more links and I'm going to share them with y'all, because the conversation around blondness and whiteness had me really think about Beyonce. And again, I don't care about Beyonce that deep anymore, but I do think about how, like, when I had that ombre wig, things were different for me. I just have to be candid. I feel like I haven't been blonde in a little bit, but me wearing a blonde wig, like, bitch, it's the way that, like, when I, like, assimilate, like, hair-wise, like, people just are so... And then again, if I'm wearing a blonde wig, the amount of people that can all of a sudden see me, like me, and care about me, and again, the way that blonde hair really is seen as, like, something to aspire to. And I'm not trying to shit out anybody who likes to wear blonde hair. Live life. But white supremacy makes things a thing. Like, just like ginger, there have been redheaded black folk for a long time. The way that, like, being a ginger is seen as a white thing, like, even when people see, like, a black ginger, or even the idea that someone's a ginger and they're black, like, why can't they just be a ginger? Like, what are we saying? Again, the ways that, like, whiteness dictates, like, what is what. And so it's just, I don't know, there's just something there. But I'm gonna be real with y'all, I've been having, like, the desire to fucking bleach my hair super bad, and I feel like that ties in a little bit. Like, it's like, I don't hate my hair this color at all, but there's just something about dyeing my hair lighter. I just feel like I look so much better. And again, like, when we think we look good, like, that's what matters the most, right? But also sitting with the reality that, like, we don't really owe it to anybody to, like, not do certain things because ... But I am trying to really analyze my behavior, and it's the way that, like, I think for me, when I think about changing my hairstyle, I used to really just know that like as soon as I put on this wig, people are gonna treat me with more respect and dignity. And it's the way that I know now that sometimes I walk into a room and like the racism is right there. I don't have to wait to take my wig off. And I think that that's like on some other random shit. That was a part of like the wig, evil wig movie situation that I wish I would have talked about. Like, I never want anyone to feel like their feelings about their hair are invalid or should be like mine. I am a random individual bitch from the internet. You're a random person from the internet who's also an individual. You have different lives, different experiences. But I've said before that like when I was wearing wigs very heavily, I did feel like I had to like reveal how I really looked to people at some point, and that was causing me distress in a way that like now I am sitting with all the time, that someone could really not like me because of my hair. And that's a reality that unfortunately a lot of black folks have to experience because of white supremacy, not because there's something wrong with black hair or type 4 hair. But with that also being said, the ways that like for at least 10 years straight, I did not wear my natural hair. As soon as I saw lace fronts in 2000 and motherfucking 9, I was wearing them bitches every day. And the way it's the way that I have a lace front wig right now in front of me, and I could wear it at any point. And it's like actually today I had a feeling where I was like, you could just put the wig on, and it's like I don't want to though. And talking to myself about why I don't want to put on the wig and like how I'm actually comfortable like this. And like again, there's still parts of me that are colonized as fuck that are like, why don't you put on the wig? And like, life will be different. Like there's definitely moments where I just know if I were to like, you know, assimilate, I know things would be different. And that's a hard thing to sit with. That like, that like if you actually fucking put on the makeup and did the hair, like people would like treat you so much better. That shit is fucking hard. And I think that that's why like the wig is evil to me now, or rather the system that employs the wig to harm me is so evil because it's like, imagine knowing for a fact that there's an alternate universe that you can access with a fucking hair hat. That's crazy as fuck. Again, some people won't realize it, and some people will be unfortunately invested very deeply to the point where it's harder to hold it. But just the ways that like anybody could see me not looking like this, and then at some point see this and treat me like shit, and I'm supposed to hold on to that. No, thank you. I'd rather people see me as how I look, and then like if they hate me, cool. Like get out of here. But I have such a huge fear of like connecting with somebody, and then I take off the wig, and then that's when they start treating me like shit. I'm grateful that I haven't had that experience yet, but I have had moments with men where like I feel like also like there's more transphobia than ever, and there are so many men who are like, "Oh, I'm not interested in trans folk," and do 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 do, and then they'll message me and then be like, "Hey, like, are you trans?" And it's like, you just said you're not looking for trans people. Why are you asking someone if they're trans if that's not what you're looking for? And it's just the ways that like some people are so scared to be themselves and be like queer, be gay, be fully themselves, and how like that's another part of dating that we have to deal with. It's like there's so many layers to finding out who the fuck you're really dealing with. I'd rather, at least for myself, know that I'm showing up exactly how I look all the time. And again, this is not me saying I'm never gonna wear wigs. I don't know when the fuck I'm gonna wear a wig, and I'm really trying to remind myself like I'm not doing this shit for any other reason than to just know that that's possible for me. Because again, if somebody tells you that if you eat this pill, life will be 25 times easier versus you don't eat the pill and life is 25 times harder, most people would eat the fucking pill. But in retrospect, me eating that pill did actually cause harm to me. It wasn't simply eating a pill. To somebody, they'll see it that way. There are people out there who think like putting on a wig is not a big deal. And for me, it's not about putting it on. It's about the taking it off. And I feel like that's the layer of it that like people don't want to talk about is that like putting on the wig and feeling great is such a vibe. Who don't want to put on a hat that has hair on it and feel great? Who don't? It sounds amazing. Wigs be warm as hell, bitch, in these cold times. That's why this time is called wig season, because it's a hair hat. But it's the way that like just knowing that like there are people that will spare evil, bad vibes simply because your hair is assimilating. It'll never sit right with me because again, I've had moments where I've taken my wig off and people were really like, "Oh." And I've also had moments where and like I'm not trying to do too much, but there was a girly that was like white passing, but she had type 4 hair and she was wearing a wig. And I went to go tell her I liked her wig, and she kind of did this thing that I can't even like replicate because I can't remember how she did it, but she kind of like got me to shut the fuck up. Like she kind of did this thing where she was like, but she did it so smooth. And then at some point she took me aside and was like, "He don't know I'm wearing a wig." And like this was like her man, like for years. And I was just staring at her like, how the fuck do a man you were with for years not know you're wearing a wig? And it was just a moment that had me sitting with like the continuity of it all. Because again, I was the girl that's like, okay, I'm wearing orange braids right now. I'm gonna buy an orange wig, and then I might dye my actual hair dark, and then I'm gonna get dark braids or dark twists, and then from there go into an OD long black wig. Like all these ways that I'm trying to like make sure that if anybody is paying attention to my hair story, that it's like making sense and all of that labor to like create an illusion when I could just be having fun, you know? Like things I'm excited about is like all these really cool like braiding styles that I've been like looking into and like just ways that I want to like bleach my hair. Like I want to dye my hair orange bad as fuck, but there's a part of me that feels like I want to dye it pink first just because I feel like going from pink to orange is going to be easier than going from orange to pink. And I just haven't had pink hair in a minute, and I feel like I can't remember. Yeah, no, I had pink hair in New Orleans, but I haven't had it again in a while. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do pink though, for real. For I'm just saying that because I'm being fucking manic. I just want to do anything to my hair. I also feel like I'm one of those people where like once when I bleach my hair, it low key perms it, and I have to be candid about that. That like my texture is maybe like 3C, 4A in places, but like once I bleach, my hair is absolutely more 3 than it is 4, and I feel like that's another reason why I'm just kind of just sitting with like what I want to do next because I feel like no matter what I do. I feel like I bleach it, my hair gonna change. I feel like I don't bleach it, I'm gonna be, slightly annoyed that I have dark hair when I don't want it anymore. And I feel like I feel like maybe that's just like what life is like after wearing wigs. Is like forever trying to figure out like what is gonna make the most sense with like your lifestyle and like your hair, your routines. I don't know. I really feel like I'm in the midst of like trying to like make a schedule for myself, like a schedule that's not based on trauma. I feel like that's like also part of like why like my sleep schedule's fucked because like I'm like really trying to like teach myself like how to like enjoy like what I'm doing and not be like, oh no, it's last minute. Like I'm trying to like be like, hey, it's Tuesday, today would be a good day to do this or that. Or like, hey, it's this day, and like it'd be a good time to do this or that. Like I'm just trying to really remind myself, like there's other ways to do your day. It doesn't have to be like being mean to yourself and being like you're fucking up, like you're doing it wrong, you're not doing enough. But there are also many times where I'm just like distressed at how much like I want to do and how much I just feel like I don't know. I just there's a part of me that's like we're in fucking Capricorn season. I have to just remember shit about to take time. Like that's what Saturn's always trying to tell us. Like it's time. And the worst part is time is fake, bitch. So it's like who knows how long shit really be taking? Because the measurement we have is based on like other people's desire, like other people's idea. Like they need 8 hours of work from us. I wonder what that really means. Like on some cosmic shit. Like what is 8 hours a day really doing? Like I wonder what 8 hours a day for most of your life looks like. I don't know. Again, I'm not trying to do too much. I know I'm high as fuck. I know I'm just like randomly talking about things. I'm glad that we got to be here and talk shit. I feel like I wanted to delete this live, but I'm gonna just leave it up because I feel like one day I'm gonna look back at it and be just happy that I talked shit while I was on mushrooms with y'all randomly on a fucking Tuesday/Wednesday. I swear, I be wanting to delete videos and then I watch them again and I'm like, I'm glad I didn't delete that shit, bitch. Because I be really wanting to hang out with myself sometimes. But I feel like low-key watching old YouTube videos is the best way. Just be feeling like just a different time. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I watch old videos and it's like, I didn't think I was going to watch these again. I used to never watch my old videos back. I used to like upload them and just go. And now I'm just like, whoa. Like, who was this person? What were they up to? I don't know. Feels like I'm like an anthropologist of myself, which probably sounds wild as fuck. But I just feel like complex trauma is wild. Like there's stories that I've told y'all years ago that I couldn't tell again because I don't fucking remember all that shit. But let me watch a video of me, and I swear, little memories that I didn't tell y'all pop up. Little things that come up for me that make me laugh because again, when I was telling the story, I might have been scared to tell the whole thing. Might have been worried to tell the whole thing for whatever fucking reason. Might have just been worried about how I would look or how it would sound if I said this or that versus this or that. And now I'm just like, yeah, I'm okay with like being misunderstood. I'm okay with saying something that in retrospect, I really don't feel like that anymore. Like there's just a part of me that's just so grateful that like I get to be wrong. I get to like realize I'm wrong. I get to fucking shift my behavior. I also get to like not shift my behavior and decide that I like what the fuck I'm doing. It'd be scary to have this fucking freedom sometimes, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Because sometimes I'd be like, damn, I could really make myself very happy. I could also make myself very sad. Yeah, the mushrooms really did hit me. I'm grateful. I'm gonna delete this live though. I'm sleepy as fuck. I love y'all. Thank you for spending time with me. We're gonna hang out again. We're gonna hang out again soon, I promise you. We won't be so infrequent. I'm trying to think. I actually wanted to take y'all with me this weekend when I go out. I think like me and Dane are going to get Jamaican food, and then I think we're gonna go to the animal shelter. We're not gonna get any animals. Like we have a desire, but like our house is so messy. Like we're still both trying to figure out our cleaning schedule for this house because like we don't have in-home laundry, which we're realizing is terrible. We are the kind of people that need to wash laundry like twice, 3 times a week, and so it's kind of just like killing us a little bit. But I'm excited for Saturday because we're gonna go to a bunch of places. Like this one place called like the Scrap, and then there's this other place called Restore. Sidebar: if you're like a person that likes to fix up your house, there's a place called Restore, Restore. Do not go to any random place for your home goods. Like if things break in your house, like go there. I want to say it's like funded by Habitat for Humanity, and it's a way for you to like upgrade your house, but also like fix repairs without it being insane to get the parts. And so, for anybody out there who's in any place, it's by Habitat for Humanity. They are everywhere. They're in every state, and it's kind of like going to Home Depot without all the cost. They don't have everything, but they have a lot of things. Like if you're a person that, like, let's say you have a broken refrigerator, they'll have a refrigerator there that's not broken. That might be under $100. So just putting that out there, that there are places like that exist. I'm trying to think. There's also this app I told y'all about called Too Good to Go. This app is for people that, like, maybe you only have a couple dollars every now and then and you want to buy takeout, but maybe you just don't have it in your budget. It's a way to get takeout without spending that takeout budget. It's a bunch of, like, restaurants that are local that are offering discount bags. And so the cool thing is you don't always know what you're getting. The whack thing is sometimes it could be like 5 Tres Leches cakes, which, again, not a bad thing. But if you're, like, hungry for something savory, getting a bunch of desserts can be annoying. So just putting that out there, that it's not reliable for, like, cooked food always. There are cooked food there. I want to say, like, Whole Foods offers, like, little, again, like, little mystery snack packs that you can, order online for like $2 to, like, maybe 10. It's worth your time. Again, if you live in, like, a more city area, like I live near a Whole Foods and like a bunch of, like, little, mom and pop groceries, but also small kind of bougie groceries. If you live in an area where there's, like, grocery stores that are, again, independently owned, or even small, Mexican, Peruvian, a lot of different ethnic food choices on that app. And for the most part, it's all pickup. It's not delivery. So that's another layer to this. Is like, if you live in a walkable city, this is a way for you to, like, add something to your day. Maybe you're walking from this side of town to that side of town, and in the middle, there's a place that has grab bags, mystery bags. It might be worth your time. Me and Dane have done it a couple times. We got, like, some good ass Cuban food once. And I want to say there was another time where we got, like, a bunch of, like, stickers and pins. Like, I want to say it's not even just only food. Like, there's other stuff on there too. But yeah, it's called Too Good to Go. I appreciate y'all for indulging me. Thank y'all for hanging out. The strain was called Hillbilly Pumpkin. If anyone ever wants to talk a lot, be feeling super social, be feeling super giggly, silly, and just, able to be kind of all over the place, but still pretty much contained. She's a newbie strain, or is she a newbie? I mean, she's, like, intermediate. Like, she's definitely not for the people that want to go, like, to outer fucking space. Like, she's for people that want to stay on Earth and laugh. And also, this is unrelated to every fucking thing. Why did me and Dane watch a documentary and there are people that smoke mushrooms? And I'm like, me and Dane were thinking about trying it, but I'm, like, kind of scared. Hear me out, hear me out. I've never smoked a mushroom in my life, but I'm low-key kind of like, I might do it. But if I do it, I feel like I'm going to actually try to do, like, a long format video where, like, me and Dane go to the woods or some shit and we do it in the woods. I'm definitely not doing it in the regular setting. Fuck that. Because low-key, what if you smoke a mushroom and then shit goes, like, bomb for you? Like, what if things go, like, amazing for you? I want to remember that. I don't want to just smoke a mushroom and then just let it go. But anyways, I enjoyed y'all too. Thank y'all for spending time with me. Thank y'all for the social energy. I really needed it. Clearly, I had a lot of topics tonight. So just thank y'all for holding space. With that being said, I feel like that's all I have to say. Ooh, before I get the fuck up out of here, I've been trying to remember. For anybody that's been following Adrian Expression, they went through something. I'm blanking on what it was medically, but they are in the hospital. They are asking for donations. I just wanted to offer that, like, if anybody was able to share, I know that we're all going through a lot financially. I am not trying to ask anybody to come out of pocket when they don't have it, but I just wanted to offer that, like, sometimes we ain't got no money, but we got a YouTube community tab. Sometimes we have stories, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes we really can't give nobody a damn dollar, but we could upload, like, what they shared with us. and people can see it. So I just want to put that out there that like Adrian is in the hospital. I know that they're recovering and that they're asking for support through recovery, and they have posted their links, and it's on their main pay. All their accounts actually has that as the latest post. So there's no way to miss it. I hope folks do uplift again. Don't send no money if you really can, but if you can upload a picture and just let folks know that they can share it, that would be super helpful. I know that from the photograph, it looks like they are laid up. And I just have a nagging suspicion that like they're not getting the shares, to sustain this. And it looks like a kind of a healing situation that could be weeks, maybe months. So again, I just want to uplift that because I really do love their content and they always make me laugh and they create good music. But they've been on my mind because again, I saw the post when it first came out, like literally, and I was like, damn, it's like sometimes you see somebody's post and they're going through something and you're like, yo, like I will not forget. And I have ADHD, so I'm trying my best. But if folks don't mind uplifting their own cash apps, their own information, again, I've appreciated all of y'all as well. Please don't ever think that when we're talking about mutual aid, you're not included in that combo. If you need support, please reach out. I'm not a hater. I will share you in my story. Whatever you want the flyer to say, just reach out. It's fucking weird out here. It's strange out here. Sometimes a random bitch on the internet might share your flyer, and next thing you know, you got some fucking snacks or at least the things that you were needing. But it's been like that for me. I told some random person on the internet, hey, I need help. Next thing I know, I'm moving. Next thing I know, the racists can't get at me no more. So I just want to put that out there that sometimes it's not going to be that you made the post yourself. Sometimes it's somebody else posting on your behalf. So just putting that out there. Please don't be afraid to reach out if you need support. There's so many people out there just like you, bitch. And look, the hardest part is letting people know that you're broke. Being perceived as broke, it is hard in theory, but bitch, like that's their problem. If they're perceiving you as broke, that's on them. But if you know you're broke, like how exciting to like be honest and get support. That's where I'm at this point. It's like how exciting. Like telling people I'm broke, that's the gateway to getting unbroke. I'm not saying that unbroke is really real, but I'm just saying like it's such an ironic thing that like once you tell people you need help, that's when you get not a moment before. Anyways, I love y'all. I thank y'all. Thank you for being kind. Yes, Ashe, Ashe for real. Bye y'all. Thank you for everything. Bye.